Oh, I know that song. I thought you were singing the
That's the
opening or
song,
something.
EliteAri.
What is that from? I know that song. Yeah, I know
That's
it's in
just
the
the background
anime.
track. In fact,
Oh.
we had this exact same dialogue last episode of EliteAri where
Oh
I
my
sang that song. And you
god.
were like, was that like a mid-credit song? No, EliteAri, it's just a great background song for the great Naruto, of which here today we are here to discuss episodes 20 through 38, EliteAri. Can you believe it?
I can believe it, yeah.
It's been a month. We've stuck to our schedule, basically. Actually, this is going to come out in like 2 days, I think, EliteAri, with my schedule, because I've got to do my month-end things tomorrow. Everybody should go and watch those videos too. But alas, so will it probably be come out on the 2nd or something, just like the last one? How enticing. We're here at the EliteAri. What are we here to discuss today? If you were to give this arc a name, what would that name be?
I would assume this is like the first part of the Chunin exam arc.
The Chunin exam.
This isn't the whole arc, right? I'm assuming.
No, the Chunin
Okay.
exam, as I explained last time, I didn't say the name because you did at some point in the episode, and the episode of our discussion, of course, recall the Chunin exams as something you remembered. And I giggled and I said, I wonder when that's going to happen, EliteAri, and you were clueless. You're an idiot.
Yep.
But yes, this I also explained last time that the next arc is about 80 episodes, kind of.
Holy,
depends on how you categorize it. Technically, the latter part of it is a separate arc, titularly. So yes, this is a long arc. This is just the first part. What do you think that was the end? The end of our last
Well,
episode,
I mean, it might be like we're starting a new arc and this is called something else now. I don't know, maybe.
Chunin exam preliminary stage 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is what we're kind of in. But true, no, it is all called the Chunin exams until like 60 something, I think.
All right.
But then the next one is like the exact same plot. It just changes the name. You'll see. You'll understand one day, EliteAri. But we started last time. We ended at the Land of Waves. We haven't even come back to the village. So if you don't know the episode numbers off by heart and you don't want to look them up, we start right as they get back and all of our new characters are introduced. Don't say anything about that, EliteAri. And we continued. We got through the written exam, all the other intermediary stuff. We got through the Forest of Death. And we have just started. Sasuke and Yoroi. Who could forget the great Yoroi? Are fighting right now. And we stopped at this episode. Most people would have told us to stop at the episode previous, EliteAri, but I wanted to stop at this one so you understood the premise for the next one, and we can lead into some potential predictions. You can do some little matchups. Maybe we'll make you make a tournament bracket. Probably not. But we'll see where we can go there. So we now understand that the next stage is 10 individual one-on-one world tournament fights, EliteAri. Aren't you excited? Actually, don't answer that. Now, we don't have to do a whole preamble this time, EliteAri.
That's right.
We should get into overall thoughts. EliteAri, I feel like there's no way in the world you wouldn't like this bit more than the last one, but you surprise me sometimes, EliteAri. The Chunin exams is famous. We've got an explosion. The cast has quadrupled 2 times over in numbers of characters, even though some of these characters were in episode 1, but in no others. And probably like 40% of the core cast of the whole series is introduced in this arc. There's the other kids. There's can we say that? There's Orochimaru. There's we get
name I was familiar
with.
I've heard both those names actually. Yeah.
This is funny because I have this written down that you said Orochimaru, Rock Lee, and Itachi were all names you remembered last time, and they are all introduced in this segment. Not even in this arc, just in the beginning portion of this arc. So can you believe that? So, EliteAri, take us wherever you want to take us. We've got our tournament arc, EliteAri. Isn't that exciting? What do you think when it was first, like, at the very beginning, when you were starting to figure out what this next part of the story was going to be, and then give us your overall thoughts?
Wait, you mean when the first episode was called, like, Chunin Exam Begins, or something like that?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was like, I guess that's what's happening right now. Okay, I have 7, I think, overall thoughts, okay? The first one is just very high level, which is to say that, you know, it's much more interesting now that we have a bunch of characters. It is. It's just true. It's just better. There's like so many more characters, and that makes it way more interesting.
An explosion of characters.
Yeah, and we don't just have our 3 characters, of which one of them is only good and the other 2 are bad.
There's 4.
Kakashi's okay. We like Kakashi, yeah.
Who's not in these episodes much at all, or Kakashi.
That is true. He's there at the beginning a little bit. He has some cool moments, but
yes.
And basically, yeah, he is at the end. True. But I like it.
So
Basically, it is more interesting. I think, it is strange though. Cause, okay, there's the pre-exam stuff, just like getting it set up and building the hype for it and everything. Then there's like the test taking part where they're doing the test. And then there's the actual, forest stuff or whatever, like whatever you said,
the Forest of Death.
Yeah. And then there's the stuff after that. When I was going through it, I was like, okay, this setup stuff is good. Like, we're getting a bunch of different characters, and this is cool. Like, I'm excited to, like, understand all these characters and stuff and have them interact and everything. So that was all good. Then the test happened, the actual test, where they're, like, doing the written test, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot of comedy again. I remember why I don't like a lot of this, because, man, we're really doing, like, Naruto is doing a lot of funny things here, and all these characters are saying funny things, and I don't know. I was like, I don't know about this. But then we got to the forest, and by the time we got to the forest, I was like, man, I really like that test stuff. That written test stuff was really good. So now some of my favorite stuff is the written test stuff, which is very strange, because, like, I remember at the time just not enjoying it, but in retrospect, I'm like, I really like that, actually. And then we got to the forest stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this forest stuff's pretty good. So the forest stuff is, like, pretty good, too. Yeah, but basically, that was, like, my trajectory here. So generally, I liked it quite a lot. Now...
Interesting. Just briefly.
Yeah.
That was good because I do really like the test stuff. So you were shitting on the test stuff. I was scared, but you came back around, I guess. It is funny that it is like the Naruto stuff is the unmemorable stuff. So you forget about that when you're reflecting on what you like about the test stuff, I'm assuming. Yeah. I like the Naruto comedy. In fact, the thing I neglected to tell you that I said was a surprise in our pre-recording meeting was I did have a list of great Naruto jokes.
Oh my God.
At some point.
Okay.
I have at least 10 written down here, I think. They're all like lines, and I hope I can recall the context of these hilarious moments because I'm sure you've got an overall point about how you don't like comedy or something, and that was a big thing EliteAri said last time, so we are going to prove him wrong with facts and logic at some point. Yes. Just generally, I think I did tease that I guess I'll pressure for an answer now. Are you excited at the prospect of one-on-one battles? Do you like that coming up?
So this kind of brings me into my next note, I think, the next, like, overall note, which is very relevant to this, which is that I think the biggest drawback of the show at this point, the comedy, actually, to be honest, the comedy is much less of a feature here, I think. There is a lot of it in the test-taking part, but in the actual forest and stuff, there's very few moments where I'm like, oh, I'm taken out because of the comedy. So that's less of an issue. Right now, the issue more to me, especially as we're becoming, like, much more fight-focused and stuff, like, basically the entire forest was, like, big fights, one-on-one fights and everything, or 3-on-3 fights, I guess. And now this seems to be more fight stuff, is that I feel like the show is very old, okay? And I feel like it falls into, like I said last time, a lot of the old tropes of media from the time, and it makes it feel like nothing too interesting can happen. Which I'm curious, maybe something like interesting stuff will happen, like plot-wise or fight-wise or something like that. But I feel like because of its age, I just feel like it's just that how could it do anything interesting? Like what's going to happen in these fights is that we're going to match up one-on-one. And then, like, all our main characters are gonna, like, win, but they're gonna, like, struggle, and they're gonna make it to the next round. And then, like, what else interesting could happen? Like, I don't know. Like, if it was a more modern show, I guess I'd be like, anything could happen right now. But I feel like because of its time, and the fact that it's, like, things have probably... My understanding of media right now is probably based on shows that were happening at that time. It feels like it's just nothing interesting is gonna happen. But I guess we'll see. So that's what I'm thinking about the stuff coming up, which is that, like, usually I love, like, tournament arcs, but I'm just so hesitant because, like, how can Naruto do something interesting with, like, a tournament arc? But I guess we'll see. So I'm optimistic, but still, like, is that the best word? Maybe not optimistic. I'm, like, pessimistic, but I'm, like, it could surprise me.
Curious.
I am curious. Yeah. Like,
even though you are famously incurious, EliteAri. But
yes, of course.
I understand what you're saying at this point. It's hard to even put myself in the mindset of, like, predicting what's going to happen or something. Though I don't know that's entirely your point of, like, well, I guess it was part of your point that it's, like, pretty obvious.
Little bit.
Like, if Naruto ends up fighting, well, this is like, I don't know. This is Sasuke's fighting a no-name guy right now. I'm pretty sure who's going to win this one, EliteAri. I can see that, like, yes.
Like, for instance, in Hunter x Hunter, which we're going to refer to a bunch here, this is like a minor spoiler for Hunter x Hunter, guys, anyone listening, but in the final stage of that exam, Gon, he loses his fight, which is, like, a thing that you wouldn't expect. Like, that to me is, like, that's an interesting thing that happens, right? Technically he wins his fight, but he, like, loses and he's not happy about it, as I guess the point. But, like, that's an interesting thing. I just can't imagine Naruto doing something like that, but I guess we'll see. It might. Yeah. I mean, wait a minute. That's older than this, so it is. My point of, like, it being old just makes no sense. I don't even know. Okay, I have no idea then. Who knows?
It's like a year and a bit older. Well, I think I don't know, Naruto's you said a simple story last time is what you kept saying, EliteAri. You know, it's a bit of a traditional story at times. Perhaps Hunter x Hunter is, and perhaps Hunter x Hunter is the great deconstruction you yearn for in your heart, EliteAri.
It is a 10. But
it is
also,
true. It is very
wait, one more thing actually before I forget about, because you could kind of apply the same. I thought the same thing about this forest stuff, which is that I imagine it'll be like we're gonna get pairings. Our characters will like they'll probably win the fights, but maybe they'll form some grudges, or like they'll get defeated, but they won't lose their badges or like that. Something like that'll happen. And it basically does, but the whole Orochimaru stuff was very unexpected. I never would have predicted that would have happened here. So the show can definitely do stuff, which is like, I would never have predicted this would happen. So it's not impossible. I still have some faith, but yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
I guess the idea, and this is probably something we should have saved for the end, so I probably shouldn't have put us down this path. I guess the thing is like, what pairs of characters in fights would be like the most interesting, where the show would have to choose? I guess the most interesting would probably be like Naruto and Sasuke, which we know isn't happening.
Yeah.
And I guess outside of the others, like even if it's like, obviously Gaara is kind of being set up as maybe our main kid bad guy. Like if it was Gaara and Naruto in the well, yeah, I don't even.
I haven't thought of it that way.
Like if Naruto versus Gaara was like the next fight, then maybe that would be interesting. Of like who's going to win, such like that. I guess that kind of goes in tandem with you with what you were saying. But we'll have to see which characters versus who and all that stuff. I guess no, I don't want to backtrack too much. Do you want to just go down your other overall notes then, and we'll get away from the tournament stuff upcoming?
So, my favorite individual episode by far, and it's the best episode of Naruto by far, obviously.
Gee, I wonder which one it's going to be.
Is episode 32, Sakura Blossoms. It's the best.
Oh, it's by not far. That one.
Wait, which one were you thinking? This is definitely the best.
I thought you were going to say the animation one. Yeah, but
I know the wait. It must be the one with the good animations. The one you're talking about. Episode 30.
Yeah. Is that the Orochimaru fighting one?
Oh wait, yeah, that is the one I think. Episode 30. Yeah, I have a separate note on that. We'll get to that. But this Sakura one, oh my goodness, it has like good, like
there was part
engaging
of me that
character
thought you were going to turn on Sakura for some reason. I was like, oh, this is like an EliteAri thing he doesn't like, and Sakura's doing it right now. I don't remember what it was, but this is funny that you did come.
No, not at all.
Still love the great Sakura.
No, this was really good. It's not even. I mean, mostly it is for Sakura as like a character. I find her interesting. Not interesting. I like it. She's a good character. But it's also the Ino stuff. We can talk about it. I have a whole note on this.
Interesting, yeah.
I like that episode a lot, so that's another overall thought. But I guess if you want to talk about that other one, yeah, it is weird because production-wise, episode 30, out of nowhere, it suddenly becomes good.
It's exactly like episode 19, where it's just immediately you can tell
yeah, that is true, yeah. But it's like, it's way bigger step up compared to even episode 19. Like this one is like the animation is really
kind of look like a modern anime fight, which is
a little bit, yeah, which is really crazy. But it's not even just the animation; it's the animation and the directing. Like, there's like interesting shots and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Like I think there's a reflection in the kunai or something, which looks like a reference to the Great Ninja Scroll, which is pretty cool that I had obviously never noticed. It's just like the bad guy running at you through the reflection of, well, it's a sword ninja scroll. It was the kunai.
Very cool.
It's not that cool, right? Well, but yeah, it is crazy. It is also crazy that as a kid, I never noticed any of the animation like getting better. It was never even a thing in my mind. Like I remember seeing footage of this, I think in the normies reactions like 5 years ago when they were doing them. I was like, oh, this has like modern looking animation. This is weird. Because I never remembered like the Orochimaru Sasuke fight in the forest being like a standout thing. And I didn't remember the Zabuza thing at the end. And there are other moments later on, which I'm like, I just didn't notice this at all the first time. It's crazy. You have to learn to appreciate animation. You retweeted something like that recently.
Yeah, about Jujutsu Kaisen. We love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like, it's a hand-to-hand fight. It's got good animation and it has like good choreography. I'm like, this is like kind of cool. They're like punching and like dodging and like, wow, this is.
And all the wires and shit.
Yeah, there's like yeah, true. But there's also like a bit where Sasuke's like swinging around a tree and I'm like, this is like cool. Look at him.
Yeah.
Wait, what else? I have actual notes. Wait. Oh yeah, and then there's even like, there's small animation bits where Sakura is running to Sasuke when you think the fight's over, like when Orochimaru is like pinned against the tree. And I'm like, whoa, they didn't have to animate this. Like, this is so cool. What else is there? To me, the colors also felt a little different in this, but it could just be in my head. I don't know. Or the light, maybe the time of day was like slightly different or something.
Yes, it was. The colors are definitely different. Like, I feel like their skin was paler.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that Jinro movie, which is funny.
I have no idea what that is.
It seems like it is like one episode every 20 episodes because I know when the next one is.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
it's coming up, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm trying to figure out what like the one after that. Actually, I do remember another one later on that again. These are only things I noticed while watching the normies react to the series, where I was like, oh, so they decided to do animation here. This is crazy.
I feel like it must be, just based on my very limited understanding of productions. There must be like some director or something who's like who's on these episodes, I guess.
This was unironically a Twitter discourse thing like yesterday, where people were like shitting on Boruto because Boruto had a cool looking thing recently, and the Boruto fans said this was way better than anything in original Naruto. And then they were like, actually, it's the same director that does all these things in Naruto,
Wow.
and this fight was one of the like things. And there's like way more famous Naruto fights later on that are like acclaimed for their animation. And there was like a bunch of clips of that. So I think it is like one director dude that they kind of get.
Hey, we love it. Keep him around.
I think it is the My Hero dude, by the way. I think it is the Cubes guy or whatever. You know, the Cubes guy.
No, Yutaka Nakamura. There's no way. I don't believe that.
I think it's him.
I don't know.
Because that was in like one of those tweets. Now the tweets could have been lying to me. Actually, I feel like it was. Wait, did you just say a Y name?
Yutaka Nakamura. He's the Cube guy.
I feel like it was a Y name in these tweets.
I mean, there's a lot of Y names in the anime industry, I'm sure. But true, guys, comment down below, okay? You Naruto experts of the animation aspect of this, go ahead.
I'm sure in those like 4 Shapes videos he made on Naruto, which were like an hour long, he had a whole one about directors. So I'm sure if I watch those videos again, I'd get my answers here. But
all right, well, I have 2 more animation things. Oh, this one's actually an art style thing, which is that in this episode as well, the close up of Sakura's face at the end, it's like in a slightly different art style too, which is interesting. Like she looks more like cutesy or like innocent or like younger or something. It's like different. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. They do this in My Hero Academia sometimes with Deku, where it's like some episodes he's drawn a bit different and it's like interesting. Yeah, so it's kind of
it's our favorite Y guy. He's doing it all.
True, yeah. And then the last animation thing is that in episode 32, apparently, so 2 episodes later, there's a very not very, but there's like a somewhat detailed animation of Sakura grabbing and wringing a towel and then changing the one on Sasuke's face. And I'm like, whoa, this is like so out of place with the show that they don't do
like
stuff
that
like
one scene with Rei and Evangelion we just watched.
What? With what? I don't even remember that.
Rei wrings out a cloth one time and Shinji says, "You look like a mother."
Yes. Very true. Good point. So yeah. That's my third, fourth something overall note. I have 2 more.
Is that the last part about Sakura?
In my overall thoughts? Yeah. But I have a whole... I actually didn't tell you this, but I have a favorite character section, and then I have a cool moment section as well.
I don't want to do that now.
Yeah. Okay,
I just want to talk about this very briefly.
Go ahead.
Is funny because every Sakura moment that's like cool is always like also very made fun of. So I like that you still like it. I don't know. Maybe we'll probably get into that a bit later, the discourse stuff.
Okay.
But it's funny because it is like, and she still needed to be saved by 3 other people and another guy, and then Sasuke had to wake up. Sakura couldn't do anything. But EliteAri, you would never have those polluted thoughts. You would.
We'll see when we talk about that episode.
EliteAri loves Sakura.
All right. Okay. Now I have 2 things. One is just this might be worth clarifying now, okay? This is the clarification, and it's so big that I put it in my overall thoughts, because my goodness, there's something going on here that I have either completely missed that is like, it's important, I think, okay?
Is it to do with Kabuto?
No, I don't think so.
There's no way you missed that, right?
Who? That he works with Orochimaru? What do you mean?
Yeah, Orochimaru, yeah.
No, they made that very clear. No. This is a very... Okay. There's, okay. Let me see if I think I actually have some. Wait, I said, you know what I said? I said, what the fuck happened with Hinata's team? Okay. So, there's a whole. I'm gonna break this down. You can tell me where I'm wrong. Okay. So Gaara and Hinata's team, they run into each other, and then Hinata's team goes to the finishing tower. Wait, what do you mean? Well, they don't actually see each other or whatever.
Yeah.
But then Hinata's team goes to the finishing tower, and then Gaara's team arrives slightly after, and then we get security footage of the Chunin exam, like second exam lady.
No, EliteAri, you're misunderstanding.
Okay, what am I wrong with already?
So first, that episode, because it's a whole episode dedicated to this kind of, and then I think like Sasuke and Naruto wake up at the end. Okay. The first shot of the episode is them at the tower. Kiba, Shino, and Hinata, the great team.
Yes.
10, I think. Or Shikamaru is a group team 10. Who cares, EliteAri?
I have no idea.
There's no team 9.
I didn't even know they had numbers.
Naruto's team 7, and then we've got 8 and 10. 9 is gone. They were never good. They didn't pass their bell test, probably. So the episode opens with them saying, man, Akamaru's still shaken up after what he saw earlier today or something.
Yeah.
And then we get the flashback to Gaara killing the guys.
Yep.
But like Gaara and them are just walking through the tower again. They got their way earlier. It's just they walked through. I could see kind of how you misunderstand this, but you know, EliteAri's a little silly sometimes. But yes, Gaara and the gang did get there like way earlier, so they're just like doubling back because they're bored, is basically the interpretation.
Okay, interesting. Okay, then continuing, because that's only my first stage of my confusion, but that makes sense. That's kind of what I assumed as well when I got to the end of this set of episodes and I was reflecting on this, I'm like, I have to be wrong somewhere.
Oh, because Tamari very specifically has a line where she's like, we've been here for half a day already. So that's supposed to indicate that, I think.
Wait, who says that?
Tamari, Gaara's sister.
Oh, the sister, okay. I don't remember that. Say that when they're in the tower?
Yeah, while they're walking, like as they're walking past them, they're like,
I don't remember.
We've been here for a day almost. What are they waiting for?
Interesting. Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah,
this all makes sense.
Second part?
The second part is that when Naruto's team arrives at the tower, they're just like they go in this special room and like Haruka Sensei shows up and the scrolls, like I don't know what's going on there, like, and also the fact that like the scrolls are re-explained as to what's happening to them when it's like really we've already had it explained to us, but now Naruto, who should already know what it is like is being explained again to them, and I'm like I assumed with like pretty high confidence, I was like, oh, so there's like something going on here plot wise where we're meant to question why is this being explained again, and why are we in a different room, and like why was Hinata's team and Gaara's team in a different weird like public space where they ran into each other, but Naruto's in this room with Haruka Sensei, and it was weird to me. I was like, I'm very confused.
Well, there's kind of a thing. So if you notice when Kabuto's group and Naruto's group, they all go in through different doors.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yep.
So I'm assuming every team when they first get there goes through a door and they open the scrolls and a Chunin pops out and explains it to them, and then they take them to the common room or whatever. And we just didn't see that for the other teams, but we do see it for Naruto because it's Haruka, and oh my goodness, he's back and he's proud of us, but he's also worried about us. Exposition about this speech that the third Hokage wrote down or something.
Yeah. So then him explaining the knocking out thing again is just bad. Like they think kids are dumb or something, and they're like, we need to explain this again.
Well, I don't know if they had explained specifically that's what that like a Chunin popped out and knocked him out. I think it's supposed to be like a mystery what happened to the other guys.
Wait, I didn't even get that. Wait, my understanding was what's the glasses guy's name again? Kabuto. When Kabuto explains to them, he's like, there's a knockout jutsu or whatever. They say like some term like that.
Well, yeah.
And then later on, Iruka shows up and is like, oh yeah, we knocked them out. And I assume they meant like we knocked them out with the jutsu thing.
No, I think it's literally a Chunin pops out and like punches them in the neck. It's in a specific spot so they will pass out for the rest of the test.
Holy. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Because I think when like you see it open for the first time, they like scream. So you're supposed to think, oh, it's like a bomb or something. And then they knocked him out. But it's actually like a Chunin popping out and being summoned, because you can summon people, which is a reveal, I guess, because we had dogs last time, and Orochimaru summoned snakes, because Orochi means snake in Japanese, Liru. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't, but I kind of gathered he was snake themed. But yeah.
Yeah. Yes. There is an Orochi in One Piece, Liru, so you can't wait for that. He's also a snake kind of guy.
I do know.
One Punch Man.
I'm like, we'll talk about it. I think I know one other villain name, by the way. We'll talk about it later. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, I want to hear about it now.
Well, someone in my YouTube chat a few weeks ago said Madara, and I'm like, man, I feel like that's a Naruto thing. So I feel like it's a Naruto villain, but I'm not.
That's one you definitely already knew.
I don't think so. I mean, it is something I've heard of. That is true. Where I feel like I don't know what it is though. I know much less about that than I do like anything else I've said before about like Itachi.
Orochimaru?
I've heard the name Orochimaru. I'm 100% sure that's like from Naruto, because I knew from One Punch Man and everything.
Yeah.
The Madara thing, I don't know anything about it. I just would assume it's a villain. But yeah.
Well, one day we might find out.
Anyway.
True. Cool. But yes, that is what happened with the scrolls in the tower and something.
Thank you.
And they're still in the tower right now.
Yeah, they're gonna fight in the tower. It's kind of crazy, but good for them. But my final overall thought is just okay. How do I explain this? When I'm watching this last section, and actually also during the test taking part as well, I can feel that this is a manga, and they're like struggling to adapt this. Whether it's like an impossible situation to adapt, or it's like they just don't know how to adapt this and they're doing a poor job. The go-to example here is very clearly when they're having conversations after the second stage, and you have the Hokage who's having one conversation about Sasuke's mark. Then you have Sakura having it, and no, it's not even that they're too loud. It's like kind of, but they're having the same conversation, both echoing in the room. So obviously the whole room can hear them, and there's no other background noises or anything. And they're both having the exact same conversation, so they can't hear the other. And then at the same time, all the other people in the room are literally like frozen there, standing like statues. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is like, I can imagine this is a manga thing. No, this is a bad adaptation of a manga thing. Where I can imagine this working in a manga.
Where it's like we have the Pokemon, and that's not a manga.
Oh, is it? This is actually
counter evidence. Well, yeah, there's like things like that. There's also other things that like I'm putting into this camp, like. Team Rocket is very obvious, and they like put on glasses, and the main characters can't figure out who they are. And like, I think it's just,
no, that's not at all. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
But they do this too, where like Team Rocket will talk to each other right there. Like they'll say, "These fucking idiots don't realize we're tricking them," and they'll be like right in front of them. That's another thing they do.
No, that's not even it either. That's definitely not it. I'm talking about the fact that these two conversations are happening simultaneously, and all the people are frozen in the room. That's what is like taking me out.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the annoying thing where I'm like, I can tell.
Definitely like we don't want to make a move anime thing, right?
No, that's like where there are a million ways to direct this, and we chose the bad one, is what I'm guessing. Or it's like impossible to direct this because of how the manga is. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what would make it impossible to direct because of the manga though.
Because it's like there's too much dialogue happening within like a short period of time or something like that. So it's like in the manga, it makes sense because you don't have any sense of time when you're reading. So all the people being frozen around them and the other conversation happening simultaneously doesn't matter. Whereas in the motion like this, it's like there is a temporal aspect. And the whole time I'm questioning, like, what are these other people thinking of this conversation who are clearly hearing either both or none? Like
they can't hear it. Is my
defense, exactly. That must be what's happening.
But
I don't know. It's weird.
It's funny because this one example I do really like, which is funny because I do like. Besides the fact that they're obviously talking, there's like standing too close and talking too loud. Like I do like that, like they're so like Sasuke and Sakura having this big argument about how we can't tell them, and they all already know. I think is like kind of cute.
Yeah, I can imagine it working as a manga. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, whatever, EliteAri. Suck it up.
True, I did. I got through it. But yeah.
Cute.
All right.
So you would say you enjoyed this group of episodes more than the last?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. So it's true. We had the Chunin exams. We had a tournament arc. Tournament arcs are very exciting. But you're trepidatious about being too excited about the coming 1v1 fights. We'll see. The bulk of our next little episodes, EliteAri, will be covering that. So people are on bated breath, waiting to see what you'll think. I think the main place to go, and this is like the most interesting part, obviously, is to go through the characters. So, do you want to go through your favorites and then we'll go through each team and stuff? Which way do you want to do that?
I think that's fine. Because the way I've got this is that I have.
I better speculate before you say which ones.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing a little intro.
No.
But the interesting thing is, first of all, the most emotional moment of this bit for me, I guess I haven't talked about my overall thoughts at all. Obviously, the Chunin exams is like everybody's favorite Naruto arc, especially everybody's favorite original Naruto arc.
Oh, wait.
Being edgy and you don't want to ship it in, you would say it was your favorite.
You gotta pause to say that I remember you saying this last time or something like that. That is a very like depressing thought because like we are still very early. I'm not liking it that much yet. Like I like it.
This is like we watched the worst part. I think generally the consensus. I think people really like these upcoming bits.
Okay, we'll see.
I basically think every arc in Shippuden is better than every arc in original Naruto, and I'm pretty confident that you will like Shippuden more. So I wouldn't be so depressed.
Okay.
But I was kind of fishing for you to react like that by talking it up just now.
Okay.
True, people really like this, obviously. We're even like kind of not even halfway through. What was I saying?
You were saying the history of people like this, and if you're a coward, you say that you like this more than Shippuden or something. I have no idea.
Yes, but this was a tangent to my original main point, which we were talking about characters.
You're giving your overall thoughts. You said I haven't actually given.
I said, yes, I didn't say what I thought. I generally do like these more. It is interesting. I always remember thinking as a kid that the Forest of Death was really slow, and I didn't like it that much. I always really like the way the powers are like used in the written tests I thought were always really cool as a kid. I do really like, and the thing I've always liked most about Naruto probably is character interaction stuff. So those first like 3 episodes where all the characters are being introduced for the first time and they have their first little interactions and you're like slowly revealing, oh my god, they're from the Sand Village and look at this guy over here, and Sasuke interrupts them and then Gaara's behind him and you're like, oh yeah, brother. And Konohamaru's there and he meets Sakura and Sasuke for the first time. That was pretty cool. I like all that stuff. We'll go into that in more detail later. So, and like, oh, and Iruka's like freaking out, and Kakashi's like, I'm recommending my guys, and they're like that. And then, oh my god, the guy is there. My goodness. And we see Rock Lee in the gang. Oh my god, there's all these characters. That part is like really cool. I will say, I think the biggest emotional moment, which is something I didn't see coming, but is so evident to me now, is Ino jumping out. Which is crazy because I don't think I cared about that at all as a kid. And I think it is very much in execution that it is really cool. So that would probably be the highlight for me too. I do, and I remember this being super boring, and it was super boring today when I watched these episodes. The fighting the clone dudes from the Rain Village. Oh my goodness, I wanted to kill myself, EliteAri. We beat them, and then that was actually the halfway point. And I was like, oh, get me the fuck out of here. I don't know. I remembered it being like 10 episodes as a kid. I was glad that it was like 1.5 here.
Hey, it was right till the end, so I was like, I'm almost done with these episodes. So I wasn't
sure. I did have that optimism today. I did watch 4 of these today or whatever, or maybe 5. I don't even remember. But then again, when we get to the tower and there's like the cool reveal stuff of like, oh my god, they finished so early. I remember as a kid that was the coolest thing I'd ever heard in my life. Gaara and the gang are so strong they broke all the records or something. I do really like the Anko stuff in this too, and everything relating to Orochimaru's introduction, and the lust to get the Hokage here, because what the fuck are we going to do without the Hokage? And then he shows up in the one scene and he's very calm and he already knows Orochimaru's plan for Sasuke somehow, and he clearly is like, oh, all that shit is really cool. We'll go into all these little bits, and I have notes on all this stuff, so if we need to go into them later. So I will say, like, generally it was like, oh, I think the Orochimaru stuff is more exciting now that I understand that animation can be cool sometimes. And the Ino stuff was extra cool. So I did like the Forest of Death more than I remembered, because I remembered it being kind of long and boring, which wasn't the case. So those were generally my thoughts. I've probably given those thoughts over the years, so if they've updated at some point, that would be now, and I'll refresh my stuff. So that's that. Now I'm predicting EliteAri's favorite characters. Now Sakura is at the tippy top. Now, there seemed to be some indication that we also like Ino, which would make sense. So if she is second, there's no way she's better than Sakura, I don't think. Other characters, obviously Shikamaru is one that everybody like immediately loves, and EliteAri is not going to care about at all. So we can strike Shikamaru from the record. I'm surprised. EliteAri right now has gone, who the fuck is Shikamaru? So that's crazy.
I think I knew that name before. I think I even said that maybe. And it's a very name.
Character. Yeah. He's the shadow guy, EliteAri.
No, I know who he is. But I had heard the name before the show, I think.
Oh, we should make you name them all. That would be really funny.
Good luck with that.
We'll do it quickly. Who's the third one in Ino and Shikamaru's group?
Okay, wait. Ino, Shikamaru, and the fat guy.
Describe him if you can't. The fat guy, true. What's his name?
I could not tell you. I have no idea.
The great Choji, of course, and don't call him a fat so EliteAri, he'll freak out.
True.
But true. I could see liking Hinata maybe. Shino and Kiba we get like nothing for, and Kiba's just a prick. You remember Shino and Kiba, of course. I think I have an idea, but I could be completely wrong. Is one of them this is Rock Lee's team, or I think it's someone else? No, this is Hinata's team. That's why I brought them up after.
Okay, I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, do you think Kiba is the one with the dog, or the one that likes bugs?
I think I could not tell you. I'm guessing the one with the dog, but that's like a 50-50 guess.
Kiba is the one with the dog. His dog Akamaru, of course.
True, Akamaru. I do like Akamaru actually. Scared.
True, it isn't the dog stuff you would hate, so that's cool. I think you might not hate this dog, this mutt. And then Shino's the bug guy. Shino, bugs, I don't know, makes sense. It sounds like a buggy name.
Why are you saying bug guy? Of course, I don't remember the bug element.
Well, he uses bugs at one point when they're like at the very beginning. I think we followed them in like the first episode of the forest stuff, and he like uses bugs to. There's people following them, and he like takes them out with bugs. And in the introduction scene when they're all in the room, he's like, "Naruto, don't step on that bug."
Oh yeah, that was funny.
He's a bug guy, EliteAri. Put 2 and 2 together, you fucking idiot.
I didn't.
He's got bug powers, and we got a dog power. And oh my god, Hinata has some powers that are very similar to another guy in Rock Lee's group who you're going to name right now.
There's Rock Lee, there's the guy with Hinata's eyes that can see through souls or whatever, see through people. And then there's Girl. I don't remember girl that much.
1010, the great girl, of course.
Okay, does she do anything?
Likes weapons, which is like her thing. But yes, Neji Hyuga, Hinata Hyuga's. Well, I guess they haven't said what he is.
They're in the same family because they have the same last name.
They have the same last name. Are they brother, sister, and they have the same eyes. Cousin, mother, daughter? I mean, mother, son, mother, daughter would be crazy. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I guess it is pointed out that Rock Lee's group is a year older than everybody else, and they were held back last year because Guy didn't think they were ready. My goodness.
Yes.
But we are talking about Neji like he's the coolest dude around EliteAri, and we haven't really seen him do anything yet. So that'll be something, I'm sure. But yes, Neji and 1010. Can you name Gaara's siblings, EliteAri? I said one.
Brother and sister. I have no idea.
True.
Wait, no, Uro or something. No, Uroi. No, is that one on that team?
No, that's the guy. That's
the sound
theme.
Never mind.
No, that's not the sound guy.
Wait,
that's
what?
The Leaf guy in Kabuto's team that Sasuke is fighting is Uroi.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
He's technically a sound guy undercover though.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's Kabuto. No, that's Kankuro is Gaara's older brother. Kankuro. He's got something on his back that he was going to use to fight Naruto in the first episode, but we haven't seen that yet.
He turns it into a sensei back in the written test.
True. Yeah. True. They haven't actually said what it is. It's this particular type of jutsu that's really cool, but we haven't seen it yet. And Tamari, who carries around a fan. Tamari's really cool. Tamari is my 5th favorite Naruto character, so we'll see EliteAri how this develops. Gaara is probably 6th, so my goodness, spoilers here, EliteAri. The Shikamaru was like 3rd, by the way. Just putting.
It's a name I've heard, so I have to assume a lot of people like that character. But...
True. Itachi is number 3. Oh, shut up, EliteAri. My goodness.
Heard of that
number 2, you don't know yet. Actually, Itachi.
Well, I don't want to know anymore. Wait, I don't want any more.
Number 1's Kakashi. Jesus.
Oh my god.
It is crazy. That's like 5 out of 6 have already. You already know. Oh my goodness. Maybe the rest
what a
of
disappointment.
Naruto does.
My god.
Yeah. No, the rest of Naruto is way better, and all their stuff is way better later on. Anyway. Oh, I was going to tease you and make you name the sound guys, who you definitely can't, and I don't think I could name one.
I don't know if I can name any other characters. My god.
Dosu is the main sound guy. And then Keen or something is like the girl. And then the other guy I can't remember. But Sasuke sure did break that guy's arm.
Yep. But he's going to get revenge.
So I guess I have no predictions besides Ino is up there.
Wonderful.
So do you want to run them down a little?
Okay, so how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6, but one of them's like a meme, which is the hot ninja lady. I don't know who she is, but
Onko, the great Onko.
Is that? Wait, I don't even know if we're talking about the same person.
The proctor of the
no, not the proctor.
One.
The random like teacher.
Kurenai.
That sounds more like it. Maybe I don't know. She has like. I don't even remember what it is. She has like red eyes or red something.
Yes, that's Hinata and her in that group's sensei.
Yeah, we like her, but that's like a meme, okay? Because she's hot. Then we like, well, I'll go in reverse order, hot. Okay? Then we have Guy Sensei. I like him quite a lot.
Oh my god.
He's actually, his comedy is actually somewhat funny, and there are some bits where I remember laughing.
Oh my god.
And my god, what a voice actor! I don't know if I've never heard that voice before in anime. So whatever it is, it's amazing. That is one of the best performances of anything ever,
Yippee.
But wait, is that like a different voice actor? I've never heard it in like any dub I've ever heard, unless he's doing a really good like performance or something.
No,
it's interesting.
He's not the Adonis guy from Berserk, though. They kind of sound similar.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. It's so unique. I've watched a lot of dubs.
It is definitely unique.
Yeah, so good for him.
People do really like Might Guy, so you're not alone.
Might
with this
Guy? What is that? Oh, is that his name?
That's his name.
Oh, okay.
Might Guy.
Yeah, I call him Guy Sensei because that's what they call him all the time.
Yes.
Okay. Then
you don't call Kakashi Hatake Kakashi? What the hell?
No, I call him Kakashi Sensei because that's his name. All right. Then we have after him, like better than him. We're going up in order here. We have Gaara, who he's like a little bratty, but that's okay.
Interesting. I didn't think you would like Gaara.
He's very brutal, so we like that. Okay, but he is at the same time very like bratty or like edgy or whatever. But like he's very brutal, so we like the brutality. Okay, I liked when he exploded that guy. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, that's cool. I'm done with this guy's nonsense too.
To kill him first.
True. Yeah.
But he did want to kill more just for the bloodlust. So
yeah, and he has an interesting thing they talked about, which was like, oh, his power like activates without him even using it. I'm like, whoa,
automatically.
Cool.
True. Yeah. The sand.
Yep.
Crazy.
So that was a very cool thing. Then Indeed, we have Rock Lee in number 3. We love Rock Lee. Well, I mean, it's like initially I liked him, or he was okay, but then he was like, he's kind of funny, and it's like he's kind of cool. Like, he has cool moments. Well, it's not really that he saved Sakura, because if anything, I didn't like that. But like I liked his fight. Like I like the way he fights. I like that brief moment where he's like, if I don't catch all these 20 leaves, then Sakura's not gonna like me. And I'm like, true, that's a good point. He's got funny bits like that where I'm like, oh, so I like Rock Lee. So that's my favorite.
Are you familiar with my hatred of Rock Lee? Is this something you have in mind?
No, not at all.
Oh, interesting. Because I feel like this is like a number one. This is like a top 5 Kyle Entertainment opinion. Is my hatred of Rock Lee?
Oh my god. Well, because he looks weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I just don't like Rock Lee. Everything about him pisses me off. The fact that everybody loves him so much pisses me off. When I was a kid, the fact that he beat up Sasuke in that very first episode really... I nearly took the fucking series leader. I wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah.
It's like in wrestling when the wrong guy wins, when you're a little kid and you're like, obviously that guy couldn't beat this guy. Like, you've just broken the whole universe. Nothing makes sense anymore.
It is a...
And you never knew.
It did give me a bad feeling when Guy Sensei said that he'd beaten Kakashi or something. I'm like, what?
That's another massive one as a kid. I was like, kill yourself, you dumb fuck. You're not better than Kakashi.
Exactly.
He was like, 51 victories to 50. I'm up, which is cute.
But now that I know Guy, a little bit more, I'm like, he's funny. It's okay. He's kind of like weird and different from everyone else. Where maybe he did beat Kakashi in a weird, unconventional way. But
if you were power scaling right now and they had a fight to the death, who's winning?
It would be like a draw right now. I have no idea. I feel like it could go either way. I don't have a strong... Like, I could imagine Guy Sensei doing some crazy, wacky, like, thing, and then I could also imagine Kakashi, like, just tanking that, and then, like, doing something cool and winning, so...
It is really cute, because it's obviously the dynamic, and I'm sure this is in a million anime, but it's like, at the very end, he's, like, talking to Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, I wasn't listening, and he gets really mad. It's like the one that's super invested in the feud, and is, like, keeping count of their score or whatever, and Kakashi doesn't care.
Yep.
Which would make it seem like Kakashi's way stronger, bro. But it's also because Kakashi's the coolest, just like Sasuke, and Sasuke shouldn't be losing to Rock Lee, and obviously Kakashi shouldn't be losing to Mike Guy. So
right.
We'll see.
Yep. Okay, and then
that is funny because that is the exact feeling. That feeling you had with the Kakashi thing. That's exactly how I felt when Sasuke.
That is very funny because I don't really care about Sasuke. So, yeah. But number 2, obviously, Ino. We love Ino. Now, I think, like what we like about her is that, well, I mean, it's mainly just the flashback stuff. It's so cute. Like how she's so nice to Sakura about her forehead. And she like, so shows up and saves her. And I'm like, oh, and like her power's like super cool. So we like her for all that.
Mind transfer jutsu. It's a shame Sakura doesn't have a cool power, huh?
True, yeah. So, we love Ino. And then, obviously, the best one is Sakura. It's not even close. I actually have even notes for this one. Very few. I only have 2 notes for why I like her. One is that Sakura is very kind. And she has moments, very cute moments, of genuine care for Naruto, even though he annoys her. And I'm like, this is super cute. And I have 2 exact sections here. One in episode 23, when they're in the exam waiting room, and Sakura sees that Naruto is shaken up and nervous, and she tries to cheer him up. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. She's annoyed by him.
He wasn't nervous, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. She thought he was nervous, and it was very cute, and she's like caring about him.
I know. I'm just pointing out the great Naruto bit that we got after that. I know.
It was, I don't like the bit, but I like the Sakura character stuff there.
Just quickly, because I might forget this. It is funny because the characterization by Sakura, like haters, is that she's like the meanest one of all time. So it is very funny.
No, I'm constantly surprised. So I mean, maybe she does definitely have the thing where it's like, oh, she's always annoyed by Naruto. But whenever the genuine moments happen, I'm always like, oh, look, she does care. Like she's a very nice person deep down, very kind. So we like her. And then the other example is in episode 25, and it's during the written test right at the end when she's like, oh, Naruto, I can't let you forfeit your dream. It's, I know it's all you have and all you ever wanted. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's very cute. So yeah.
She's even nice to Rock Lee. She punches the shit out of Naruto.
My goodness, that was one of my favorite moments. Oh my god. It's in my standout moments, I think, where I was like, this is so good. True. Naruto, you have no idea what happened when you were asleep. And Sakura, she likes Rock Lee now. And I'm like, oh my god. Anyway.
Poor Naruto though, like he's obviously the hero, and everybody's disregarding him, and it makes me angry.
No, it's great. I like that.
Yeah, that post, like that 10-minute like post second part of that episode where it's just them hanging out after the battle, I think is like it's like, oh, this is like potentiality for Naruto. Like more of this, which we will get, is like we have these characters. They're all going to be fleshed out a lot more, and they are going to interact like this all the time. And it's like, oh, we're like finally here. It's like we have all the characters, well, not all of them, but we have a decent amount of characters that all have like little interrelationships. Like Rock Lee has a crush on Sakura, and Sakura actually likes Lee. Not that way, but she does like is like helpful to him. And like Naruto thinks Rock Lee is a fucking big loser bitch, so he like hates Rock Lee, but he kind of respects him too. And Sasuke like also respects Lee a lot, even though he's very mad he lost to him, and is freaking out when he realizes he just beat the fuck out of the guys that beat up Lee super easy with his new powers. And then it's like Shikamaru is like, Naruto, you're a fucking bitch ass pussy. And him and Naruto have like this shit where they're always shit talking each other. Even at the very beginning when they go into that big room to each other, it's immediately Naruto and Shikamaru see each other and they're like, fuck you, little man. And he's like, fuck you, Shadow's boy. And it's like, oh, and Choji's over here just being like, this guy sucks. And he's just like, Shikamaru's toady, and he's like a fat guy. Oh, we got characters now, EliteAri. And Ino likes Sasuke.
And so does Sakura. And that's the
so does Tamari
divide between them.
And
Who the
so
hell
does
is Tamari. Say that again?
Gaara's sister. When she shows up, she's like, oh, this guy's a cutie.
Yeah.
And there's another one. I think it might be Tenten at one point also goes, wow, Sasuke's really handsome. Tenten is Rock Lee's girl, EliteAri.
Wait, this reminded me. Because I had to watch like 2 episodes in the sub, because like the amazing Amazon Prime streaming service, they just decide we don't have the dub for this one.
You said that happened last time.
It did, yeah. But this time, believe it or not, it was my favorite episode. The Sakura episode, I watched in the sub because
oh my goodness.
And I was so sad. I was like, what? I wish I had Sakura's great voice actor here. So I did watch that in the sub. And then at some point, one of the I think the girl of the 3 in the team, what was her name? In the
Tenten? Tamari?
Is that her name? The girl villain that Sakura bites.
Oh
no, that's the guy. That's the guy. The one they soul swap with.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. She calls Sakura a sexy bug. I'm like, what? What is this?
Oh.
I don't know. What do they call her in the dub? Like, surely they don't say that, right? That's so, it feels so out of place.
No, definitely
not.
Yeah. It is funny because Sakura at the beginning is like apologizing for Naruto and calls him like learning disabled and a spaz or something, right?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, yeah.
It wasn't learning disabled. It was like, he's a little slow and he's a little spastic. And I'm like, that's not a nice word, Sakura.
Yep.
I think we said bastard a few times too. So, we're swearing in Naruto. It's pretty cool.
That's right. Okay, my last Sakura note is...
Why would she call her a sexy little bug?
I don't know. It came out of nowhere. I was like, this is strange.
Is that like the like, how she calls her billboard brow? Was it Ino in her calling her something?
No. This was it was before Sakura cut her hair. And it was like... I'm gonna deal with this sexy bug or something, or like teach the sexy bug a lesson. I'm like, what is this, like a Japanese term that is like,
it because they're in the village hidden in the leaves and she's demeaning her as a
that
bug?
could make sense.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was weird, but it is what it is. I'm just so curious what the dub said in that moment.
These Japanese, they're just so sexual.
Yeah, but obviously the second greatest thing Sakura does is, despite not being the strongest, she looks after Sasuke and Naruto when they're knocked out. And she's like, she's desperately like trying to stay awake and her eyes are closing and she's like really trying to look at her. She's like really trying here. So we love Sakura. She's fantastic. So far, we'll see. I mean, I could very easily turn on this eventually, but right now she's the best character, but we'll see.
I'm very confident you will not.
Okay, we'll see.
The things people hate about Sakura is the things they hate about her now. So
okay,
I don't think it's going to change too much. If anything, I think it'll probably the interesting top 5, I guess. Yep. Did you care for Shikamaru at all, or did you think he was annoying?
I thought. Wait, just to confirm, he has the shadow power thing, right?
Yes.
That is the coolest power so far. Potentially, it was really cool.
Oh, true, but people don't like that. People like that he says that things are such a drag.
I don't know. I don't even know if I recognize that, but I
He
like
says
the power.
it like 50 times at the very beginning. I'm like, oh my god, this is why everybody remembers it.
Yeah.
Did he say believe it in these episodes? I forget.
He did.
Okay, so he's still saying it. I know at some point they do stop him. So
we'll see. Maybe it's happened at this point, but he did in this batch of episodes. He said it a few times at least.
I'm struggling to remember, but I'll take your word.
Yeah,
that's interesting, I guess. Do you have anything like, are there characters you hated? Or do you for the rest of them? Do you just not have much to say?
So there's like a lot of characters where I just haven't thought much about them at all, and it was most of the ones that you were naming that I'm like, I haven't thought about any of these.
Yeah. I mean, we got time.
Yeah, this is a lot
Some
of time.
Some will get fleshed out. Like obviously Neji, we're holding off on later.
You got to remind me who is Neji again? Say these
Neji
names.
is Hinata's something.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yep. True. Is there anyone I don't like?
And
Sasuke, I didn't hate as much this time. I found him very boring last time. This time
it
he's got
is
the whole
very
like
funny.
curse element, and I'm like, that's
True. He got bitten like a vampire, and now he's got a secret dark inner power, just like Naruto was.
Yeah. True.
What was I gonna say?
You said it is funny.
Oh, yeah, at the beginning of these episodes, they're like framing him as the main character constantly. Like he's in the middle when they like walk out. He's like, a Naruto's on his side behind him and stuff like that. I'm like, did they get like some data where they're like at the beginning of the anime, everybody didn't like Naruto and like Sasuke, so we position him as like the main character in these? Like he was getting most of the internal monologues, like when he was fighting Lee and all that stuff. And Naruto is just like dispatched to the side. That was very interesting to me. There's a lot of Sasuke focus in this. Like, he gets the big fight against Orochimaru. Naruto hasn't gotten any cool fights yet, right? The first one was Zabuza.
Yeah, true. He has the one moment where, like, part of his nine-tail fox comes out against Orochimaru.
And Orochimaru puts that shit back in EliteAri. He ain't scared of that fucking pussy-ass bullshit. He's much stronger than shitty Haku. But Haku was, like, the strongest guy, remember?
True, stronger than Kakashi.
It is funny. We haven't really talked about Orochimaru. I guess this would be a good point to talk about that, too. Orochimaru was like the biggest, baddest threat we've seen so far, I think, pretty obviously. I don't know. I guess by now you could not infer that he's stronger than Zabuza, but
No, I mean, no, what do you mean? They say one of the three, I wrote it down, whatever it
Legendary Sannin,
Sannin, that's right.
Goodness.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is a crazy guy. And I have like clarifications about this later we can ask. But yeah, he's very strong. It's my assumption here. And he is in plain sight right now, and no one can notice him. So it's like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
That is true. He is the sound sensei, and he does have lots of spies. Kabuto and his team are literally working for him, which is cool. Kabuto is clearly a lot stronger than he's letting on. Like he let himself get hit on the nose or whatever, and then it was clearly a fake wound. That was a cool little part. And yes, the sound, he has a whole village, it seems, where it's the sound village is like his minions. Which is interesting.
Yeah, this ominous sound village that sprung out of nowhere, and it's like, whoa, it's very new, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's true. What's going on there? And he is watching, and he seemed to have come in with a plan to go after Sasuke. What's up with all that, EliteAri? Some speculative pieces. He knows and name drops the great Itachi, who is Sasuke's brother, who killed everyone.
That is true.
And we get the beginnings of that flashback. We see Sasuke's parents on the floor dead. And Itachi,
I don't remember that. I remember seeing the parents. I don't remember they were dead. But yeah.
They were lying on the ground dead.
I thought they were asleep or something. I didn't even know.
They were bleeding everywhere. So I don't know.
Okay, maybe, I don't know, who knows?
But there was like some harsh lighting to it. It was cool. It was probably in that episode you like.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember that much.
But they did do it later too. When he was in like the curse mark thing, where he was like remembering things.
Okay.
And we get kind of a glimpse of Itachi for the first time.
Yeah, we see his face when Orochimaru mentions him.
Yeah.
And actually, I did have a note on this, which is that I was shocked that he is older than oh my god, what's his name? Sasuke. I thought he'd be like a younger brother or something, but he's like an adult-ish. Like he looks really old.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's older than Sasuke.
Yeah.
I guess we won't say how much because
don't say anything.
More will be revealed in the future. But Orochimaru is also aware of him, so it's like these cool distant figures. They know of each other. They're not working together, it seems. So, what's going on there? We've got a larger world out there, EliteAri. Can you believe it? What's Itachi doing right now? Why did he do all that stuff, EliteAri?
True.
Seems like a bad guy.
So about Orochimaru, my goodness, it was so cool when initially the person shows up behind the proctor, and you're like, man, how did a kid how did they do that? And then later on, you find out it's Orochimaru. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Oh my god, no wonder that person was there.
The teacher of that proctor, my goodness.
It's crazy. That was really cool.
It's funny how Anko wasn't the sexy one. That was very funny. What an assumption.
Yeah. True.
But Anko's pretty cool. I like Anko. She's like a little crazy.
She's okay.
And she's got a curse mark too. That's crazy.
That is true.
And she uses snakes too. It's like something you pass down.
I don't even remember the snake thing.
Well, when she attacks, she uses snake sacrifice, and like when she goes to punch Orochimaru, snakes come out of her cloak and attack him.
That makes sense. Wow.
And she tries to kill herself, but it doesn't work because it was a clone.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
True. How does she survive EliteAri? I guess because it was a clone, right? That's my explanation there.
Yep.
Oh, the clarification about the Sanin thing, EliteAri. That is not one of the ranks. That is a separate thing.
Yeah, I assumed that. I assumed it was like some legend or something. Like these are the 3 people. Yeah,
We're very ambiguous right now about how old Orochimaru is, because they're like, oh, I heard he was dead. And it's like something, and he's like clearly face shifting. He has a different face now. He was as the face of that grass ninja. Those grass ninja were all dead in front of a Buddha, EliteAri.
They're missing their faces. That was a cool thing. My God.
They were.
But for some reason, they didn't show us the missing faces. Or at least if they did, I didn't notice it.
No, they didn't. It was just so horrific, you couldn't see it.
I don't know why that would be horrific, but yeah.
How scary. I don't know. But true, and the face started peeling off, and he's got like a white skin. He looks like a snake. What's up with this guy? This guy's a freak, EliteAri. You don't like this.
That's right.
But true, legendary Sanin. Gee, I wonder if we'll meet the others someday. There is some ambiguity here, which I think is the dub's issue, where they're like, why would Orochimaru come back to this village now? Orochimaru was from the Leaf Village. It's very clear. The Sanin are all from the Leaf Village. They are legendary Leaf Village ninja.
Wow.
Like, this is like an important thing. And I think the dub is just very vague at the beginning because they didn't know. Because like later in the later episodes, they do refer to it as like they're like, why would... No, they don't. They say something specific about the village that would like indicate that Orochimaru had just discovered it or something, which is absolutely not the case. He lived here for a time. And yes, obviously Anko is one of his students, is from the Leaf Village. So at some point, Orochimaru was an Orochimaru sensei, just like Kakashi, and had 3 students, and one of them was Anko. And oh my goodness, he bit her. And that's not cool, because that's a forbidden jutsu. My goodness, is there things to develop there? We can never know.
Yes.
But and the Hokage is very familiar with the great Orochimaru. So cool.
Yep.
The old man coming around, is he going to do something soon, EliteAri? Are you excited?
You know, one day I'm sure he'll do something. But that day has not yet come.
Because when Anko, because it is cool, because sometimes it's like a retcon thing where maybe Anko sees it and isn't as freaked out, but she is very freaked out when she realizes that it has to be Orochimaru. And she's like, what is this guy doing in the Chunin exam? This is for like a little baby ninja. Why would he be here?
Yep.
And they're very concerned. And she's like, immediately, we need the Hokage, EliteAri.
That's
we
right.
need Anbu here, but we need the Hokage. So is Orochimaru a Kage level threat? My goodness, we'll have to find out in the future. All cool stuff. There was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, and there is intrigue. I don't know if you want to speculate about this now, but the Hokage figures out pretty quickly that he's after Sasuke, and he's like, I know what Orochimaru is doing. He seems very in tune with this. And Anko isn't, which you think Anko would be as somebody very familiar with Orochimaru. She has no idea. So there's something going on. There's something afoot there, EliteAri. We'll have to see.
I could not tell you. I have one thing we can talk about at the end, but I'm not sure. And it was a thing that I just came up with now based on stuff you're saying. So we'll see.
There is also the thing about how Orochimaru basically says, if you stop these exams, I'm going to destroy the Leaf Village, which seems crazy. Could he beat Guy and Kakashi and the Hokage and Anko and Kurenai and Asuma and Naruto and Sasuke all at once by himself?
The only one I'm not sure about is Sasuke. I feel like he could beat everyone else, but maybe not Sasuke. But the story is implying that he could beat everyone else. Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe it's an empty threat and they're not exactly sure. We'll never know. But true. And they don't stop the exam, so they kind of fall for the threat, but the Hokage seems to be a little chill about it, EliteAri. He ain't freaking out too much. He's a cool guy. But anyway, Orochimaru is pretty cool. He's our first major villain.
True.
We'll see how this progresses. How interesting.
Yep.
Any other characters we should go to? We got the other Proctor. He was a Anbu guy.
I like that guy. Head. He was great.
He was a torture guy.
Yep.
I like him too a lot. Ibiki is his name.
Ibiki. What a guy. We love him.
And we meet our third Proctor at the very end, who coughs a lot.
Yeah, I assume this is what happened, because I recorded reaction videos to those last 2 episodes, but I don't know if I'll post them because I didn't say anything too interesting.
Not the ones.
But my immediate thought, because I had like a pause between when he gets introduced in the first episode and then we see him in the second one, I was like, oh, he's coughing and he's about to announce like the preliminary, like what we have to do before the thing. And I was like, oh, he's coughing, and it's going to be a gag that they smell, so they need to like go have a shower before the final step. So that's my theory, and I was like, I was so confident on it because that's the way Naruto would go, and it's all about comedy. But you know what? I was wrong about that. So why is he coughing? I don't know. Maybe he's allergic to something. I have no idea.
He's a sickly old man. No, he's like a top Jonin rather.
Yeah. He's a master of deception, so he's deceiving them with his coughs. He's not actually sick.
Yes. Hayate Gecko is his name. I remembered it. There is another just slightly interesting thing. I think this is when they're looking at the tape and Anko's like freaking out that somebody passed it. Well, I guess they're all freaking out that too many people passed it too, which is kind of cool. But also it is literally all the characters we know, which is also, pretty cool, Yuri. And there's like a hierarchy thing where like the dude that's like helping with the exam comes in and he's in like the gray outfit and like it takes him longer to figure out what's happening because he's a Chunin. And he even says like the things Gaara is doing, not even I as a Chunin could do. So we've got some power scaling there. But it is cool that like the Anbu guys that are with Anko and Anko, like it's like a tiering. Like this Chunin guy is like clearly a loser and he's helping give some exposition for us. And the Anbu and Anko are sort of on a level. Which is cool. We do see our Anbu guys for the first time. They show up. They got masks. They got tattoos on their shoulder too.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember our Anbu guys?
When do they show up? At what point?
Well, they save Anko from tigers, and they're
yes, I do remember those two.
They're hanging out in the tower.
And
yeah, it's just two of them at the moment.
Yes, okay.
They're pretty. Anbu guys are like pretty strong. So we'll see.
You gotta give me this order again, okay? Genin.
Go ahead.
Chunin.
Genin, which is Naruto and the gang. Everybody that's in the Chunin exam is a Genin, of course.
Yes.
And then we got Chunin, which is the level above, which right now we have Iruka Sensei. He's a Chunin.
Which is crazy, by the way. Because I completely forgot he was a Chunin. I'm like, well, he's gonna be the same as Naruto, and Naruto passes this? That's crazy.
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
Iruka is not that strong, and he's a teacher, so he doesn't do a lot of missions lyrics. So he's just chilling at Chunin, right? And then we have Jonin, which is like every other adult character we've ever met, besides Iruka. And I guess the guy in the tower that time. So that's Asuma, Kakashi. Oh, there's a line at the very beginning where we meet kind of for the first time our other senseis, where they mention that Kurenai, the hot one, just became a Jonin. So that's kind of a little bit of detail at the very beginning there. But yes, usually when you're ahead of like a Genin squad, you are a Jonin. So like all the other teachers are Jonin. Orochimaru is pretending to be a Jonin. We also do see at the end, or maybe we see him at the beginning too. We do see Gaara's sensei. I don't think we said his name. But that'll happen later. They are all watching with them now. Like Guy is also a Jonin.
Yep. So
yeah. And then after that, we've got the Kage level. Tsuchi Kage, Rai Kage, Kaze Kage, Mizu Kage, and Hokage leader. Imagine if you were a little Hokage.
Okay. Well, okay, maybe this is the good place to ask clarifying stuff. Wait, where are my questions?
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
Okay, with the what is, I don't understand. This is something that I should know, but you need to explain it again. For this Chunin exam, what region do people come from? How do the countries relate to each other? And like, are they all under the Hokage? And do they respect the Hokage? Like, what's going on there?
So there's actually a breakdown of this, and some of this is very interesting on a second, or it's probably like a fourth watch through for me. So we have the two main ones right now, which is kind of weird. Actually, there's kind of three main ones. So we've got the Leaf Village, which the Leaf Village is hosting right now. So it makes sense that they've got the most entries, I think, because Kabuto has a card where it has literally the exact number. And I think it was like 54 or something, Leaf Genin. We're trying to take the exam.
Wait a minute. We got to take a step back. What is the large, broad area, and how does it compare to where, what was the guy in the last segment, episode 19? Oh my god, the guy.
Land of Waves?
Yeah, Land of Waves. How does that relate to where we are now? What is our place currently called compared to that?
The Land of Fire, where the Leaf Village presides. Is that the question you're asking about?
Okay, so there's the Land of Waves, which had the village in the mist or whatever, right?
Yeah. So no, the Village in the Mist is not the Land of Waves. The Village in the Mist is where Zabas is from.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Other one.
Wait.
So the Village of the Mist has its own Kage. The Land of Waves didn't have a military, so it didn't have any ninja. That
yes. Okay.
And it's a small little nation that's like islands stuff, and that's why the bridge was important, etc.
Okay. And then we're in the Land of Fire, is what you're saying?
Yes, which is where the Leaf Village is.
Yeah, the Leaf Village. And is the village encompassing a bunch of different smaller things, or is the village the smallest thing possible?
The village is just the village. Like there is, but it's the only place where ninjas are. It's like the military capital, I guess, would be like a good sentiment. We really don't see much else of the Land of Fire besides like when they go out, they might pass like a small village, like a literal village where it's like a few houses or whatever.
Yep.
There's also, as I said last time, which is something I always forget when I watch Naruto, is that there are feudal lords. That the Hokage is not the ruler of the Land of Fire. He is just the military head of the Leaf Village or the Hidden Leaf Village. Assumingly, there are a bunch of like other settlements that are like big. I don't think we ever really see them. And basically, you could go through most of Naruto until like literally the last arc without even understanding that the feudal lords exist. It is interesting that they are there from the beginning, though, because we rescued the cat of the feudal lord's wife.
Yep.
In the like second or third, or actually, it's like the 5th episode, I think.
Yeah. Okay, now, so these 54 people you said, where do they come from?
The Leaf Village.
Okay, I think I kind of get it.
So they're all around, they go out on missions, they live in the place generally that Naruto lives in, which seems like a generally big area, you know? Probably like 10,000 people that live there or something. I have no idea about numbers.
Is that also where Rock Lee comes from and his team?
Rock Lee is from the Leaf Village, of course. You can tell by their headbands which village they're from, of course, EliteAri. Funny thing, the Buddha at one point has like a Leaf Village like thing stabbed into it, which I thought was possibly sacrilegious, but kind of cool. But yes, you can tell because they have the little like triangle thing, which is like the Leaf Village symbol. So basically, all of the rookie characters and Rock Lee's group and Kabuto's group are all from the Leaf Village. At the end, the Hokage was like, "What's the background on Kabuto?" Because he's suspicious, which he should be, because Kabuto is voluntarily getting out. But they also do mention at the end, they give like Kabuto lore backstory where it's like, actually, there was a big battle and he was the only survivor of the enemy and we brought him back to the village. Jonin did, and he's since been raised. So that's kind of explains how he's a spy. Orochimaru, then the Sannin, originally from the Leaf Village too, I guess I said so. And these are all the people under the Hokage. Now that being said, there's only one other major village with a Kage that are in these exams, which is the sand village where Gaara is from. Which is the village hidden in the sand, which is part of the Land of Wind, which is actually kind of geographically the closest one, but makes sense. Now, the Hokage does say at the beginning, and I think he reiterates at the end, that currently the Land of Wind and the Land of Fire, so the Leaf Village and the Sand Village, are in a military alliance. So they are friends, they are allies right now. Now, their status with everybody else, there doesn't seem to be any current world wars. But if we saw those Rock Village guys in the streets, EliteAri, well, first of all, they wouldn't be allowed in the village. They have a thing about that where Sakura's like, "You're Sand Ninja, you're not allowed in the village. Show your passports or something." But if we saw them out in the streets, you know, it might be on side if we see those rock fellas around. We don't like them. Or maybe not. We don't know. They're trying to get some... If they see Sasuke out there, they might try to steal his eyes, because that's the Uchiha eyes. You don't know what... You can't trust these fucking guys. But these sand guys we're supposed to be able to trust. Now, additionally, there's like 2 or 3 smaller villages that like surround the Leaf Village that have also been invited to join. Which is the Grass Village, which is where the guys Orochimaru kills are from. There's like 7 of them from there, I think the numbers were. There's the Sound Village, which is new, which only had 3, which is the guys we know. Which seems to be an Orochimaru-controlled village that just popped up recently, so that's interesting. There was also, and very interestingly, for future events that you will not understand at all, the Rain Village is here, and they have quite a few guys in it. So the clone guys Naruto fought at the end, they had the like 4 dots on their heads. Well, it's actually like little indents. That's the Rain Village. Also, the guys Gaara kills with the umbrellas were from the Rain Village. And I think they said like there's like 20 of those guys here. None of them were important, but it's very interesting. The Rain Village is here. Which is like kind of shocking to me in retrospect. But they are from the village hidden in the rain. I don't know what the general land of that is called. But that's also a smaller village. None of those ones have Kages. Only the 5 great nations have Kages, and only 2 of them are here. And I think that's all the villages. Maybe there's one more that I'm forgetting. And
then to clarify, what number is this Hokage? The 4th or the 3rd?
It is the 3rd who is serving after the 4th, because the 4th died fighting the ninja fox, or the 9-tailed fox, and he also sealed it in Naruto. What a naughty boy. And then the third Hokage, because there was nobody else really to step up, said, all right, I'll come out of retirement. He was an old man even back then. What's Naruto, like 12? That was only 12 years ago. He still was old back then. He said, I'm going to paint and retire. That's literally a spoiler. He does like to paint EliteAri. I don't think that's... Actually, wonderful. I think he was painting in like episode 1. So that wasn't a
Maybe
spoiler.
He was. Okay, so then...
So yeah.
Okay, there's been 4 Hokages. And then you're saying that the other from the 4 other nations or whatever, they're an independent numbering system. They have their own thing going on, which I don't know anything about yet, right?
Well, yeah, I guess I don't... This is maybe an ill-thought-out thing on behalf of Naruto, the franchise, but I guess they just have a high-level Jonin that is, like, running their shit. Okay. I honestly don't know. Actually, because with the Rain Village later on, they don't have a Kage, but they have a leader of sorts.
Okay.
And they also have a historical leader before that leader, who is probably as strong as a Kage. So it's just like there's 5 Kage, and I guess if you declared yourself the 6th Kage of the Rain Village, maybe everybody would literally come and kill you. And probably, no matter how strong you are, if 5 Kages come to kill you, you're probably fucked, little bro.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe that's just why. And
got defeated by 1 Hokage.
True.
But yeah.
True. But yeah, so it's like, because I guess Hiruzen at the end, that's the 3rd Hokage literally. Hiruzen Sarutobi, write it down. He does have a thing about how it's like the balance of power is kind of what the Chunin exams are about. So I guess if there was a threat into the balance of power, which would maybe cause a war or something, I guess you would all go kill the Rain Village. He declared himself a Kage.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Okay. Wonderful.
And Orochimaru is seemingly doing something similar to that right now. So
yes,
what's going on there? True.
All right, I think that's most of the.
So I guess universally they all subscribe to this Genin, Chonin, Junin structure. All the villages, I guess.
Yep.
Everywhere where there is ninja.
True. Wonderful.
Any other clarifications?
No, I think I asked them throughout when you were explaining that, so that's all good. That's most, if not everything. I'm sure there's other stuff I'm forgetting, but I think I'm on top of most things. So yeah. Okay.
I think an interesting place would be to go here, because we're kind of this is kind of in the spirit of clarifications. Is things I kind of forgot to talk about last time that I noted down because I rewatched that afterwards. No, actually, I think I went through my notes and wrote them down. I guess these are 2 little Naruto things, which I guess you don't really have to comment on. But a big thing we didn't really talk about is that Naruto's experience being an orphan is something that like he was focusing on a lot. And this is like a piece of sadness and a core bit of Naruto's backstory that will come back a lot. A thing we didn't bring up, which is like a famous Naruto thing, is the swing shot, where it's just like the empty swing. Is like a famous Naruto image. It's in the first episode a bunch. In every Naruto flashback, it'll be there. There's like a thing, like Naruto and the swing, bro. That's like the thing. The other thing is that ninja architecture is kind of cool. So around the village, like I think in episode 1, when Naruto is talking to the bad guy from episode 1, whose name is Mizuki, they're like sitting on perches, and it's cool that the Leaf Village's like architecture is like ninja constructed in mind, if you know what I'm saying. So there's lots of high perches, where it's like, oh, you can only get there if you like jump there because you're a super ninja.
Yep.
And it's like the buildings are kind of weird. So that stuff's cool. That's a cool little part.
Yep.
There's lots of cool perches I have written down. And the last thing I went over all of the big things that like are structurally part of Naruto last time, except for ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu.
Yes.
I'm surprised they weren't in your clarification things here, because Rock Lee is very tied to one of these. So
I think I get the gist of it. Whatever's Rock Lee one was, which was like taijutsu, I think that's just like fighting, and I get it.
That is just literally punching and stuff and getting stronger. True, that is taijutsu.
Yeah.
What is ninjutsu, EliteAri?
I could not tell you, but genjutsu or whatever, that's the thing, the Sharingan or something. I have no idea. I don't know what.
Kind of. Genjutsu is like tricks and clones and illusion. So it's like mind tricks. That's genjutsu. And ninjutsu is literally everything else. Okay. Where it is like fireballs, that's ninjutsu.
Interesting. What is substitution jutsu? That would be the genjutsu.
No, I think that would be ninjutsu.
Oh god, okay. I don't know.
Well, I guess substitution is actually like a weird one to categorize. Now it's not. I'm sure on the wiki it's listed and everybody understands. From my understanding, because is substitution literally you just moving really fast, putting a log there, and then running away? If so, that's kind of taijutsu. But is it like you summoning a log and then putting it there? If so, that's ninjutsu. Is it literally just you doing a hand sight and switching places with a log over there? If so, that's teleportation, and that's a different thing later on. And not everybody can do that, so that's crazy. But then that would be ninjutsu. Are we just supposed to believe that everybody has like logs in their backpack, and that's how they do the substitution? I don't know.
I mean, I definitely assumed. I just 100% assumed they're just swapping places with a log that's somewhere in the forest. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess like you can put tags on things and then switch it in. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, substitution is a weird one. But ninjutsu is like everything else.
Okay,
but
so
then also Sasuke mentions dojutsu, which is like I-jutsu, which is like Sharingan and the Byakugan, which is what Hinata and Neji have. Yes.
Okay.
But I think that's a subsection of Genjutsu.
So then what about the for instance, Ino's swapping souls? Is that a Genjutsu
That's
then?
a ninjutsu.
Oh
that's
my god.
Her clan's ninjutsu.
Okay. Give me some examples
but
of Genjutsu.
But it is in the
mind.
Okay? But it's not a trick. So that's why it's not Genjutsu. And Genjutsu usually means like you activate it from your special eye powers. Okay. Generally.
Okay.
But like the Sharingan copies ninjutsu. And it's like I guess that's a later thing. Like I'm pretty sure you can use your Sharingan to create ninjutsu.
Well,
which would mean
we'll see.
I don't know.
You know,
right, this is how you think about it.
I don't think it's this important. I'm sure if it's important, they'll tell me. Okay.
Just like taijutsu is punching, ninjutsu is like magic stuff, genjutsu is mind stuff. Yeah, that's how I remember it. And it served me well so far, EliteAri, even if it might technically not be 100% true.
Excellent.
But those are just the things we didn't really talk about last time that we probably should have, but here they are here this evening.
Wonderful.
I have a place to go next, EliteAri.
All right, go ahead.
Do you have a better one? I guess not.
I have two more. One is cool moments and one is miscellaneous, so that's it.
Let's do mine first. EliteAri, there's a new intro and outro song. What did you think?
The intro is intro is better than the first one, but it's also nothing too special. Like the song I like, the visuals I think are cool when you see all the characters, like all the various different things. Yeah. But otherwise,
beginning and visuals are terrible.
It's like a lot of like still frames and like it's nothing too interesting outside the characters.
There's a cool shot of them all rotating, which is really cool.
Yeah, shot. True. But it's like one of those where I'm like, I watched it a few times. I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch this again. Yeah, so it was fine.
Very nostalgic one for me, I think.
Sure, yeah. It was one where I was like, I'm probably heard this before.
Yeah. That first one is weird. I don't think that first one gets played that much, but this one definitely. So. There's also in our next batch, I'm pretty sure we'll get a third one. So
how exciting! My goodness.
The ED is not as good, obviously, but it's cute.
The ED, because it first shows up in the recap episode. When
that's true. They did do that there. We didn't even talk.
Yeah,
about that's the debut.
Which is like the recap episode itself is like kind of goofy and stuff, and they've got like funny bits and all that. And then at the end, they have this like they have the ED playing with Ino and Sakura, and they look like weird puppet things. And I'm like, oh, are they just doing it for this like gag episode? They're gonna look funny in this, but then it's in all of them, and I'm like, this is the strangest thing ever. But I love it now. I look forward to it every time. Like I would wait for them to show up and have the two like weird puppet things dancing, and then I'd like skip to the next episode. So that was so funny. I don't know. At first, I thought it was just so weird, and like I was like, who thought this was like a good idea to put this weird art style, like puppet, like looking weird.
Cute.
It is cute, though. Yeah, I like it.
The EDs are where all the experimental shit happens. It's actually pretty cool. So I'm trying to remember the next one. I don't think the next one is like that, but there are some, especially in Shippuden, where it's like some crazy, like weird, like they're dressed up as emo kids for the whole ED, and there's one where they're like dressed up as like tech guys in like the future or something. There's one with a giant robot. There's no giant robots in the show, EliteAri. Actually, there's a filler episode with Mecha Naruto at one point.
Lovely. But yeah, okay, this recap episode, we can talk about it, which is that, firstly...
I didn't watch it.
Wait, I watched it, because I realized, like, a little bit
I've seen it before.
That it was a recap, and then I was like, you know what, I probably need a recap, just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So it was like, okay, I enjoyed it for that.
Because it starts with Konohamaru interviewing them or something, right?
Well, it actually starts with this weird, like, thing where Naruto's like, actually, the show Naruto is going to happen at 7:27 p.m. today. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And that didn't have a dub. That was just in subbed. So I'm assuming they never dubbed that. And then... Yeah, and then they like...
No, that was dubbed on the version I watched.
That's, Amazon sucks, my goodness. It's not actually, Amazon doesn't suck, it's the Amazon Crunchyroll integration thing is like terrible. But there's that. And then like they have the recap and they're doing the gag at the beginning where like Konohamaru, that's his name, right?
Yep.
When he's like inside the box or whatever, the stone, and then he's like going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. That's kind of crazy. And also, it like I didn't know it was a recap episode at that point, so I was like, why is this happening now?
Yeah,
we're ruining all the momentum here. Like we were about to enter the forest, and now they're showing up and we're doing gags, and like everyone's gonna be interviewed, and oh my god. And then midway through in the mid credits,
very encouraging of the interview, I think.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, I was expecting this. Yes, I forgot. And I'm like, wow. And then mid credits, they do another like kind of meta kind of cutaway, like the introduction, and it's in Japanese again. I'm like, whoa, what happened? This is crazy. We're back to Japanese. And then the rest of the episode is like more recap, and Kakashi's at the end. I was like, oh, this is like, I don't know, this is fine. It was interesting. Yeah.
I do remember them as a kid a lot. I do remember like watching that episode and thinking it was weird that they were breaking the fourth wall, but kind of liking it.
Yeah.
I feel like Dragon Ball did that or something like that. Maybe in Kai or something. I got like a weird Dragon Ball memory attached to this. But
No
true.
idea.
That ED is very nostalgic too. I actually associate the ED with
I like it. It's a good. I like the beginning of it.
Yeah, that one. I actually associate it with the upcoming one-on-one fight. So it'll be interesting how long it like sticks around for. Because I am assuming like 10 episodes in we're gonna switch. But yeah. Oh, I just remembered it. I was like, what does the next OP sound like? And I did like the opening bits, and I was like, oh, that's fucking sick. What a great song.
I have like
funny, though.
I have a random thing about for just this second opening, which is that it very much felt to me like a Gintama opening. So I'm curious if it was like either directed by a similar person, or if it was like the band was the same, or if I'm just not remembering my Gintama opening.
Asian Kung Fu Generation. I know they do like another Naruto opening at some point, and I think they do a few EDs. So these guys are around.
Okay, it's possible. Gintama has really good openings. At least I've only seen like 5 or 6 of them, but yeah. Anyway.
There is a Naruto. I think the 5th Naruto opening is by Flow, which is the Code Geass guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
That is like everybody's favorite original Naruto one. So
we'll
look forward to that later. There's some English in that one. We love that.
The big takeaway is that nothing is better than that first ending, which is one of the best songs ever in anime.
True. So far, it is the best song so far. It was, as I repeat, number 7 or something on my top ED list. I guess overall, it is my favorite Naruto one, though there's 2 Shippuden ones back to back that were also on that list. I honestly have no idea what the next ED sounds like, and I'm sure once I see it, I'll remember it very easily. So now, at some point, we are sticking with the thing right now where in the same episode, the OP and ED changes. This will shift at some point. I don't know if it's in Shippuden or if it's in Naruto, but the ED will change before the OP does. Because there are like 50 Naruto EDs and like 27 or something OPs. So
wonderful.
They do change more frequently.
Well, it's much easier to have a new ending.
Is it?
Yeah, the openings have like way more animation than the endings. They're usually very minimal.
Yeah, I guess the endings got the credits and stuff usually, right?
No, openings have credits, but the endings are usually just like very static. They don't place much emphasis in the like animation. Even for like big type of stuff like JJK and everything, none of them have very interesting visual endings. Attack on Titan had one that was like kind of crazy, but even that.
True, it had a bunch that I liked, but who knows if those are the crazy ones.
True.
But true, those are pretty cool, and we should have pointed them out.
Yes.
Okay, EliteAri, I have great Naruto jokes we can go through now if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. I remember there was something I laughed at, I think, at some point.
So I have them listed out, because last time EliteAri was shit-talking on how could anybody find this funny, and he almost didn't believe that I found it funny, which, fat chance, EliteAri, what an idiot you are. So my first joke I have written down here, now most of these are quotes, so I'm going to say them, try and remember them, you're going to say what, and then I'm going to remember what I'm talking about, okay? You ready for this?
Go ahead.
Now the first one is easy to remember. Sakura dodging kisses from Rock Lee. Hilarious.
I mean, it might have been funny. I don't remember it. It didn't stand out either way, I guess.
Who is this freak?
You know, wait, I don't know if this is going to be one of them, but now that you said that, I remember there was a funny bit. I think it's even way earlier than this, when I think someone said something about Sakura's forehead, and then she like turned into a robot or something, or she got like very mechanical.
True.
And she like turned around. And I was like, oh, that's funny.
Konohamaru met Sakura and was insulting her.
Yeah,
because she was mean to Naruto.
Yeah, I thought that was somewhat funny.
Konohamaru has 2 friends now, EliteAri.
Oh my god, yeah, they do a funny like dance every time. It's very funny. I like that. Yeah.
It's like,
and what's the girl say? She's like, I'm the something preschool. And I'm like, that's okay, very funny.
The prettiest girl in preschool or something.
Yeah.
Momochi. might be her name, and the nerdy kid I couldn't remember the fucking name of. He's always got snot coming out of his nose, and he's like a little nerd guy. They all have Naruto goggles because they really like Naruto.
Yeah.
Because Naruto is that loser that hangs out with kids younger than him. So
true.
And it's funny because Konohamaru was trying to play the grandfather card, and Sakura didn't care and still beat him up. So that was cool for Sakura.
Yep. Good comedy.
And then they're running away from Sakura, and that's how they end up headbutting Konkuro and starts that little conflict. Can you believe that? Anyway. Oh, there's these funny ones that EliteAri definitely... Actually, earlier you said you did like some of the Might Guy stuff, but these are Naruto Might Guy stuff, where he says, he's talking to a turtle.
No,
that was really funny.
I did not like that, no.
Right? This whole sequence, Naruto, for like 2 minutes here, is the funniest guy ever. I think the next one is from this. He's got the biggest eyebrows yet. That was funny.
I don't. Firstly, just to say, yeah, I didn't like any of that joke stuff. I also didn't immediately like Rock Lee and guys like the way they look. I was like, this is like goofy, but I like them now. Like they're so different,
and they're not father
like,
and son EliteAri. That's
it is kind of crazy.
Lee just tries to look like Guy.
Yeah, no, I gathered that.
There's a big misconception that a lot of people have.
Yeah. I think it only works. Like, their look only works because they are such eccentric, especially Guy is such an eccentric person that I'm like, I get it, you know. But initially, the impression was like, I don't know about this. But yeah.
Might Guy showed up and beat the fuck out of Rock Lee.
True.
Anyway, and then told him to do 1,000 laps or something.
And then he had a cool voice, and he was speaking like some anime character I've never heard before, and it was crazy.
You're very impressed with this voice.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, it's like I've heard so many dubs, and a lot of them sound the same, and this one is like, wow.
True, that's what I'm always saying. All these dubs sound the same. Now,
no, because I think they're great. They all sound lovely, but like it's unique. It's rare to get someone where you're like, this is so different from anything else I've seen, and this guy is very different.
For whatever reason, I am getting the vibe that the normies might have had a similar reaction to this, where they were very enamored with his voice and performance. Yeah. So this is ringing some sort of a bell to where this is not just an EliteAri moment.
Wonderful.
Oh, the funniest part in all this is actually a great piece of characterization too, is when Naruto's like introducing all the rookies.
What is
like,
this?
This dumb Hinata bitch, you know, she's okay.
Oh yeah,
kind of creepy sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, one of them, it must be for Kiba, I think. He goes, now this guy's annoying. He's just shit talking all these guys. It was hilarious. Naruto doesn't like his friends at all. He's like, this dumb Ino bitch like Sasuke too. I fucking hate her. Choji, don't call him fat, but this guy's a fatso. Shikamaru, this guy's lazy as hell. And then he goes, Kiba, now this guy's annoying. It was hilarious.
I think it's fine.
I loved all that stuff.
I remember the Hinata thing, because I was like, you idiot, you don't, she likes you, come on. But yeah,
this is the thing we're doing with these two EliteAri, if you haven't figured it out.
Oh, you know, it would be super interesting if I didn't know they get married, you know, but like, I know exactly what's happening, I guess.
Like, it wouldn't be the most obvious thing.
No, I don't know, because I don't know. I truly don't know, because even right now, it is in my prediction. Well, you know, we'll talk about it when we get to predictions. Okay. Yeah.
The Hinata one is very funny. And he starts to like Hinata because she's like, in the test they're sitting next to each other and she helps her.
True.
They've got little dynamics here.
Hinata could become a character I like a lot because she is she's very.
Oh yeah.
Like, how would I even describe her? The issue is that she hasn't done anything, but like she's very soft spoken and she's very like nice, and I generally like characters like that.
She loves the boy that nobody else likes, Leary. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that is also true. Like, there is elements to her where I'm like, I could imagine liking it, but she just doesn't. She's done nothing. All she does is be like,
it is funny that every time we get a scene with her, she literally says, like, I wonder what Naruto is doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, then we cut back to Naruto.
That's good. Like, I like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, this is like quintessential, like, Naruto is bad with women talking points, right? It's like, Hinata is just obsessed with Naruto. Sakura is just obsessed with Sasuke.
Yeah, I guess if you think of the gender thing. But I feel like that's a thing that people...
Even Tamari. Sasuke.
I don't know. Naruto's obsessed with Sakura, and like I feel like
true.
I don't know.
He does a million other things too. So,
I guess we'll see.
Anyway, I don't care about that. The Hinata's cool. It is interesting because that is one of the characters I was like, is EliteAri really gonna like Hinata? Shabes famously Hinata's like his favorite character of all time.
We'll see.
It's very funny. He's like got a whole one of his like he did like 4 Naruto videos. They were all like 45 minutes long, the coolest edited videos you're ever gonna see in your life. And they're like about like themes and this great story and the mystery or something. And then the 4th one or something was just about how Hinata's really cute. So I thought maybe EliteAri would be one of those guys, but
maybe
I guess not yet.
I like cute characters. We'll see. It just hasn't had like many moments or anything, so we'll see.
Yeah. Hinata's gonna get a fight coming up, EliteAri. Get excited. Who's she gonna
exciting.
What if she has to fight fucking Naruto, bro?
No, that would never happen.
She'd beat his ass. Anyway.
I mean, Goku fought Chi-Chi, right?
That's true, and he did beat her and then win.
Yep.
He beat his wife. That was the Dragon Ball Z A joke.
Good. That's a classic, amazing joke. We love DBZ.
Yes. I haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do. That was another great Naruto line, I think, in that same scene. That was easily the best one of these jokes. Hilarious. Naruto sticking out his tongue like the grass ninja. True.
What?
So the grass ninja sneaks up. This is Orochimaru in disguise.
Sneaks
up behind Anko, and then does the little thing with the tongue, and then Naruto starts trying to stick out his tongue to see if he can get it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Very funny anecdote, EliteAri. I remember 10 years ago watching Tyrone Magnus do reactions to this beginning portion of Naruto. And when Orochimaru showed up with that tongue, he was making a lot of sex jokes about how he needed a girl like that. And then it was revealed that it was a guy. My goodness, EliteAri was top comedy.
My goodness.
That was very funny.
Poor Tyrone.
She does swallow that whole scroll at one point, EliteAri. Whoa, that's sex. Now, Shikamaru wants to go right after Naruto. Oh, true. When they start the exam, Shikamaru's like, we're going to go and beat the fuck out of Naruto and steal his scroll. He sucks. That was very hilarious.
I'm sure it was.
Naruto shadowboxing, hyping himself up. Oh, and then Sakura agreed with him. This is when they're standing outside the gates, and Naruto's like throwing fists to get excited, and then Sakura's like, you expect her to say, Naruto, stop that shit. She might even literally say that, and she has her little internal char thing where she says, yeah, me too. That was very cute.
That sounds good.
EliteAri's laugh.
I don't remember it, but it sounds good. I mean, Sakura, she doesn't do it as much now, but the internal monologue thing was one of my favorite things last time.
True. She doesn't do it in this section. It's going to come back big time in the next one, EliteAri. Spoiler alert. Oh, and Naruto's dying in the snake, EliteAri, and he says he's gone through all the people he's gonna miss now that he's dying, and I think he thinks of Sasuke and Rock Lee, and he says, "Some people I'll miss more than others." That was very funny, EliteAri.
I'm sure it was. You know, the thing is, like, when you say it, it might sound funny, but like in context, it's just not funny at all. Like
Naruto's got great comedic timing. The character I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure he does. It's like
my last joke,
I don't know what it is. Wait, also just to say about the snake stuff, that was kind of crazy. He's like in a snake. He's like getting digested. It was scary. I'm like, man, he's getting squeezed. I do remember that
from being scary as a kid, because I was scared of snakes already.
Yeah.
And there's giant fucking snakes running around. But yeah, he does shadow clone jutsu his way out of that stomach earlier.
It is also, now that I'm thinking about it, it is kind of funny or like weird decision that there are two threats in this like forest, and one's the snake, which is like, you know, it's a snake. I don't even know if that's like from Orochimaru or if it was just like a snake that happened to be there.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the leeches at the beginning from the bug guy.
True. And there's tigers running around.
Oh yeah, but they attack the examiner. They don't even attack the kids.
And they were outside actually, so but yeah, true.
But they're like, this forest is the most dangerous. You'll run into all these things, they're gonna kill it, but no, I guess not.
Well, snakes is all you need. And what? You want a giant spider in there? I guess you could have done that.
True. I mean, I've seen the Great Hunter exam in Hunter x Hunter that we haven't mentioned yet somehow.
There was a giant centipede, EliteAri.
That is true. Yeah, that is a good point.
But true. Maybe we could have had some more animals. We did eat some fish.
That is true. Yeah, there was a confrontation. I remember that.
They weren't scary. That was cool when they were just suddenly on like a nice little stream. And I was like, oh, we could vacation there. That was a sweet looking place. But it was in the Forest of Death. Oh, and then my last one is a fish joke. It's just Naruto saying, I wonder when this fish is going to be ready, because they're like talking about scrolls or something, and he's ignoring them because he's hungry. Hilarious.
Right.
So those are my list of jokes. I'll make one every video, and we'll make EliteAri confront the objectively funniness of Naruto.
Thank you. I'm glad.
True. Should we go through the rest of your predictions that had something to do with this part, EliteAri? That's my next big note.
Well, watch what part?
Oh, well, things you said last time that are ironic this time that I
Oh, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
So first of all, we said this one already. Orochimaru, Rock Lee, and Itachi were like the three characters you named off that you knew, and they were all in this part, so that was cool. People mocked you. Oh, this is also to do with comments, EliteAri. Okay. So people mocked you for thinking JJK was better than Naruto. Heath and Miller the Killer, and I think maybe Creedon all said this. So do you want to defend yourself?
I mean, it is very funny to think that Naruto is better than JJK. I don't know, maybe later it'll become better, but JJK is obviously better than Naruto, and like basically.
Well, Miller the Killer was very adamant that this beginning part was much better.
In Naruto, or? Well, I don't even. I wonder what his reason is.
Well, just call him an idiot.
Let me be good faith here. Let me think. What would be the better? Like the early. No, it's I cannot fathom it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And it's interesting because Miller didn't even he wasn't as a kid when he watched it, right? He read it now.
No, Naruto. He's reading Naruto right now.
I wonder if it's maybe it's a maybe the manga's very different or something. The comedic tone is less or something.
I mean, it's probably quicker.
Yeah, maybe. It is weird to me that Miller, I wouldn't have predicted that Miller would like this more than JJK.
Well, Miller just really hates JJK, but every time he talks to me about Naruto, which we actually do talk about it quite a bit, it is usually to put it down in comparison to One Piece.
That's interesting.
Which is something we'll talk about later. But true, I don't have any opinion on this, except Jujutsu Kaisen sucks and Naruto rules. We got 17 comments on that last one, so keep the comments coming. If you have a comment at every 20-minute mark, you should leave them in the comments about something EliteAri said. Heath even left a funny, haha, isn't it funny that EliteAri said this when this thing happens? Oh, wow. Spoiler comment, so that was cool. But it was a thing we were all already thinking, so. Oh, this is another follow-up thing. EliteAri didn't like Naruto or Sasuke last time, and I think you already said vaguely that you like Sasuke more. What about Naruto, EliteAri?
I would say I probably like both of them about as much as I did last time. Sasuke, I hated him a lot more, but now I just hate him less. But also, they wouldn't be nowhere near my top 20 characters.
Top 3 worst characters, EliteAri.
Well, the thing is, a lot of them are just forgettable. Where I'm I haven't really thought much about them.
Well, choose the ones you dislike, like Naruto and Sasuke, and throw a third one in there.
I don't have to be honest, maybe Naruto he's not the worst, but he might be in the bottom 3. I don't really like Naruto. Then maybe even the sound people I liked, but I remember not liking them initially.
Oh, a funny thing in retrospect is that they jumped and attacked Kabuto, EliteAri.
You gotta remind me again, Kabuto? Who was that?
That's the Orochimaru spy guy from the
yes, Kabuto, of course. Yes.
So it kind of implies that Kabuto is on a higher level than them because they're not aware that Kabuto is also an inside. Oh, interesting.
Indeed. It is kind of, that was another thing where I'm okay, I mean, it's obviously the damage was from the sound, they are the sound people, but that was fine. I was whatever, it's for kids, we can get past this. But it is funny because I don't like Naruto or Sasuke, but it's not I hate them. But I kind of do. But it's also I don't know if I'd put them at the bottom, but who else would go there? They're the natural fit. I don't know. I'd need to do a tier list or something next time.
Next time would be a good time to do that, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a strong bottom 3 or anything. They're just a lot of characters that are kind of I haven't thought about them, and then there's Naruto and Sasuke who I don't hate, but I don't like them. I don't know. No thoughts.
Rock Lee is number 1 worst, and he always will be. There will be nobody that will take the throne from him. And Might Guy is pretty bad too. Now, True didn't like Naruto or Sasuke. EliteAri said Naruto will be the 5th Hokage. Do you keep up? Do you keep that theory?
Yep.
Now we've got.
It is kind of cool when there's been a few moments. The most memorable was after the exam. The test, the written test, where the guy's this Naruto guy, he didn't even answer a single question. And it's moments like that where it's oh, eventually he's going to be the big, strongest. Everyone's going to know his name. And it's going to be very cute. Thinking back to these moments where it's these people, I'm sure we'll get, if they survive, we'll get a reaction shot of this sensei guy. And he'll talk about how Naruto is so great now. And back then he used to he didn't even answer that first, he didn't do anything in the test. It's going to be super cute.
There is, oh fuck, I completely forgot what I was going to say. So I looked away.
Well,
there is something Naruto Hokage related. Something about somebody praising. Oh, it's the Sasuke thing at the end where Sasuke's saying, I have to fight the best to become the best to be an Avenger. And he's Naruto, you're one of the ones I want to fight the most.
Sure.
Which is a really cool moment of because everybody because Naruto did some really cool stuff against Orochimaru, but then he got shut down, and he'sดone some other really cool stuff.
It is
always
super
when
cool.
Nobody's watching.
Well, this Orochimaru stuff is super cool because it's me just knowing that Naruto's the main character. He's gonna become he's the Goku of this story, right? I have to assume. We'll see, but I assume he's gonna become the very to Sasuke's Vegeta or whatever. And it is funny to see Orochimaru kind of be interested, but also dismissive. I'm oh, that's super interesting. Yeah, one day Naruto's gonna be the focus.
He's much more interested in Sasuke.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it seems he knew Sasuke, who Sasuke was obviously coming in, and it seemed he was targeting Sasuke, because he had sent the sound guys to kill Sasuke.
Yeah.
It seems he discovers in the moment that Naruto is the nine-tailed fox guy. I assume he must have known that the Leaf Village had the fox somehow.
Well,
but he
yeah,
didn't know that it was
yeah.
Naruto.
Yeah, true.
So it's kind of a really cool moment, especially in retrospective. Like, this is the moment he found that out.
Yeah.
And the fact that he isn't that interested in it is also kind of very interesting. And I guess kind of as somebody who you assume is knowledgeable, putting that against the potential of Sasuke's like Sharingan in a power scaling sense is kind of crazy. That this guy clearly thinks that that is like potentially stronger than the nine-tailed fox.
Yeah.
Which is like the strongest thing we've seen so far. Like, he hulked up like barely and beat the shit out of Haku that one time. And again, it is a really cool thing that like he does the same thing with Orochimaru here, and Orochimaru just shuts him down and then like reseals his thing. He does the it's so cool when the flames go on every finger and he puts it on his stomach EliteAri to seal it back in.
Yep.
Oh my god! And then he passes out for like 3 days. Crazy. But yeah, cool stuff there. You asked last time, EliteAri, is Hinata blind?
No, she can just see through people.
Probably in a metaphorical sense. She's not the only one. We'll get some more information on this shortly, I believe. But true, she's not blind.
Yep.
She's just got cool eyes. Ino also has very similar eyes, but not the same power. So don't get that twisted. She's got weird.
She doesn't give off the same kind of aura that Hinata and her like.
No, and we already know Ino's power, mind transfer jutsu. Oh, it is cool where we see like the Ina Shikacho. Ino.
What on earth did you say?
Shikamaru.
Okay, yeah.
Ina Shikacho. That's the name of an episode of EliteAri. Sakura says it as the title card. That's Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji.
Okay.
Ina Shikacho, and they say Ina Shikacho formation. So that's like their way they fight. But it is really cool that they all have like the strongest powers. They just suck with them. Like, Ino has mind transfer, but she like her body goes limp and she can't really do anything. Shikamaru's like shadow thing is obviously like you just win, but you can only do it for like 2 minutes. And I guess Choji just gets really big and strong. But he was like had too much power and like over rotated and got thrown into the ground or whatever. So, are they going to learn to control their powers and grow stronger, EliteAri? Who knows?
Yes.
EliteAri didn't remember Naruto had whiskers. True, this was a thing that became a bit of a meme.
So, firstly, I never would have picked this up ever. Like, if you didn't tell me, or whoever told me, Miller or whoever it was, Heath, I never would have picked this up because it is very obvious when I'm watching that these are literally like tattoos on his face. And it's obviously because they don't have the animation like capacity to animate these whiskers or whatever. Which is very funny.
Well, it's weird because they're not literally like hair. It's like
I have no idea.
Just like the imprint.
I am curious if it looks different in the manga. I don't know.
I don't think so. The
Well, they look like tattoos to me, okay? So I don't know what to say.
We cannot comment on this any further.
I will assume they are whiskers, but I assume they are tattoos, but they are whiskers, but
kind of. He's just got some weird markings on his face, bro. The last one is Chunin exams, and then the other one is I guess we can talk about this now, because fuck it, I don't think it'll be too long. Do you still think One Piece looks better than Naruto?
So I've only seen 20 episodes of One Piece, or whatever I've seen. Or maybe not 20, however many I've seen in One Piece.
That's true.
And I've seen like double the amount here. Comparing the first 20 of One Piece to Naruto, it's very clear One Piece is better. But there's way more complex animation in this that like compared to anything in One Piece so far.
Say in Naruto?
Well, not even that. I think more consistently there's like good animation in Naruto compared to One Piece. But when you're looking at both of them, One Piece is much more like pleasant to look at. Like, it's much more bright and colorful, and Naruto is very muted and very like and not in like an interesting way like Chainsaw Man or something, but like, or like Jujutsu Kaisen season 3, it's like muted in like a this is like it's not the best fun thing to look at. Like, even for instance last batch when they were in the mist or whatever, and I'm like, oh, there's like a lot of grays here and I don't know about this. One Piece is like very colorful and all that. The art in One Piece is more consistently kind of good, I would say. But like animation is like not even close at the moment. Like, Naruto has a lot of crazy animation so far, and a lot of consistent like, wow, we're doing a lot of good animation stuff here. I don't know. It's like it depends on what you value more, like animation or like art and colors and all that. It's a mix. There's not a clear winner at this point, is what I would say then. Probably. Because
I know at one point you were a truther like me and Heath, and you said this One Piece anime looks like the underside of my butthole, EliteAri. This shit looks like trash.
Yeah, compared to the movie, it's not even close. Like, that One Piece movie I saw was a good looking movie. Yeah.
But now you love the Great One Piece. Oh, this was a build up to say something. I wasn't just saying that to say that, but I was going to say something about Naruto. I've completely fucking forgotten.
That's wonderful.
It had something to do with Heath. One Piece, Naruto, animation, high highs. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. It's funny because like I have in my mind like when the next like Naruto cool animation bit is. I have a feeling that the first time One Piece does that is like episode 950 something when it went viral on Twitter. Like there's no like famous piece of One Piece animation that's like good action, I don't think.
There is no. I mean there's okay. Like I think in the most recent section where I talked about they were running on Syrup Village, and there was a really cool, interesting animation of trees where I'm like, man, this is
but
like,
it's like
really
one shot, right?
It is, but it's like there could be stuff like that where I'm like, this is coming out of like it's very different to the rest.
Like I'm trying to think of a fight that people are like, yeah, when Luffy fights this guy, it's like good animation. I don't know. I truly don't know.
We'll see as it goes.
I'm just less in tune with that. Obviously, I've barely seen any of the One Piece anime. I've seen all of Naruto. And even if the One Piece anime did look good, I'm a manga boy, so I would just shit on it anyway. And for Naruto, we love the anime here, so anyway. But that is true. Wait, do you want to do the which one is better so far thingy? Because I think you're on One Piece for that too.
I mean, I've seen double the amount of Naruto. One Piece is, and also the problem with One Piece is like I already know all the stuff. Like I've seen it in the live action, so I'm not seeing anything original. So I could not tell you. I don't know. Like I like the One Piece stuff, but it's also like it's nothing new at all. So I'm already.
You definitely like the One Piece characters more, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it is. Well, I would say the only strong character I like in this is Sakura. I like, but it's not like I don't like her that much. Like Sakura, I like a lot. One Piece, I like all of them pretty much. They're all pretty great. Yeah, I would say generally I like the characters in One Piece more, by far.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Luffy, I probably would put on my top 10 characters of all time list. I probably wouldn't put Kakashi on that, so. But even, I don't know, saying that, I'm like, maybe I should reevaluate things. Maybe at the end of this rewatch, I'll reevaluate things.
Yeah, we'll see.
But true. One Piece, it's pretty bad.
The real comparison would be to Dragon Ball, but the shame is that I watched as a kid, so I can't possibly compare.
Yeah. God. I just have no reference for actual Dragon Ball. Like, I literally have no idea what it's like. And I am curious. Well, actually, I know what original Dragon Ball is like. I have no idea what DBZ is like.
Yeah.
To even compare it. That's all my, like, general notes. I just have the episode. Well, it's not episode by episode. It's, like, the chronological order stuff. I'm actually not sure how much of this we need to go through. You had like 2 more overall ones though, right?
I've got my cool moments, which is probably going to encompass most of the stuff. Okay, number 1, Kakashi telling Iruka Sensei that he needs to realize they're not his students anymore, they're mine. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Oh my god, he's teaching him a harsh lesson here. Yeah. Which is super cool also, because I like Kakashi more than Iruka Sensei. So, and it was also, but at the same time, it's like when Iruka Sensei shows up at the end and I'm like, oh, this is like that. You know what I thought of? It's going to sound so dumb to anyone who's not going to understand anything I'm saying, but there was this anime I watched as a kid that was like, it was like a wrestling anime where there was a character and he was a wrestler, and I don't know what possibly it is called or anything, but it was like a gag thing where like his dad, like when he pulled his finger, he like farts or something like that. There was like someone knows right now listening knows exactly what I'm talking about. And there was a storyline that really got to me. Like I remember to this day as a kid. And it like really, I think it like changed the way I see a lot of things in the world. Like it was kind of crazy where there's the wrestler guy. He's the main character. He's in fights or whatever. And he has his like teacher. This is a very simple story, which I'm sure you've seen before. He has his teacher that he has as a kid and like growing up and everything. And he's like his sensei that he has for a long time. And he like, teaches him very well. But then he like is getting to the pro level or something like that. So he gets a new like professional, like actual really good, like really good teacher or whatever. And with that teacher, he's in this tournament and he's struggling. And he's like, the coach is like either can't help him or is like really bad at helping or something because he doesn't understand him as well. And then the childhood teacher comes back and explains the same thing, but in a different way. And he's kind of like, he's not as good as this professional coach in any way, but he understands what the kid was like when he was younger. And he says like, I think it was something like, was it suck on your thumbs? Like pretend they're lemons or some weird thing like that. And I was like, man, this is interesting where it's like, even though the coach is like not as powerful, like, Iruka Sensei is not as strong as like Kakashi. Iruka Sensei knows Naruto when he was a kid. Like when, obviously he's still a kid, but like when he was younger, like he's known him growing up. And same way as like this wrestling show. He knew him when he was a kid too. Who did? Oh, as a kid. Well, yeah, I mean, they're still kids, right? But,
well, when he was like 5.
Yeah, well, yeah. The point is that like, it's a feeling that has stuck with me ever since. And I feel like Naruto is doing kind of a similar thing where it's like, well, but not really, because it's like Kakashi's not really a antagonist, or like not an antagonist, but he's not opposed to Ruka Sensei. But this is like a storyline I kind of like, where there's like the new person who is like better, but there's the old person who is like, you still remember them and they know you better, and it's like very cute. So I don't know, a big tangent there, but yep.
There's a cool thing. They don't do this in Dragon Ball, but like Goku has like a new teacher every arc for like a little while in Dragon Ball.
Does he?
And Naruto's kind of like that. So this will like, it's like he learns from Korin, and then he learns from Popo, and then he learns from Kami, and then he learns from Shinkai, and then he learns from Grankai, and Master Roshi was the first one, and Grandpa Gohan was the first one actually. Naruto kind of does that. So this will be like iterated on much more.
Yeah, we'll see.
So look forward to that, I guess.
All right.
The old Naruto, what a fella. He's my favorite. But true, that was your first good moment?
Oh yeah, I forgot it. We were going to write good moments. And then the second good moment, oh wait, no, it's already said this. When in 23, when Sakura sees that Naruto's shaken up and she tries to cheer him up. It was very cool and cute. When this is during the test taking thing, when they're proposed with the 10th question, which was really cool. I like we didn't talk about enough about this, but I like the concept of this, like the test exam being like the idea is to cheat, but you also have to figure out that you have to cheat, and the interesting ways that they all cheat. I guess we mentioned that already, but and even the last question being like, you can never be a Chunin if you like, or whatever, if you fail this last question. That was all really cool stuff. But when Naruto decides and he's like, you know what, if I'm going to be a Genin for the rest of my life, then so what? And I'm like, wow, hell yeah. So that was a really good moment. I like that a lot. Then
what if Naruto at episode 700 is still a Genin?
I mean, he's going to be a Chunin. He's definitely going to pass this stuff. It would be crazy if he didn't. Like, that would be, let me think, actually. Let me truly think.
We'll do predictions at the end.
Okay, yeah, you got to remind me then, because I don't think I have a note on that.
Well, the number one question is who's going to pass.
Okay, we'll talk about that then. All right, my next, actually, I only have two, because one of them is like a massive one, but my next one is, we've already talked about this as well. The reveal that the snake lady was actually someone stealing people's faces. I think I wrote this before. It was Orochimaru revealed, but that was kind of really cool.
Pretty freaking cool, bro.
Yeah, because it's crazy. I don't even know how to explain it, because it's like, this person is so strong, but at the same time, like, they're even stronger than you even think they are. And it recontextualizes their struggles.
Like the test. But it's like she's actually strong for like the proctor.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it sets your expectation is that, wow, all these fights are going to be so crazy because this person is so strong. And then you realize, wow, they're actually fighting someone who's really strong right now.
And it's also like a new character that comes out of nowhere, and you're like trying to put them in like are they actually as strong as Gaara? Could they be up like Neji, these other guys that have been like built up so far?
Yep.
It's a completely different beast.
Yes. Okay, and then we have the final bit, which is, I have a lot of notes on this, the Sakura episode 32. This whole thing was really good. Let me see. So the cutting her hair, and that whole, like, there's a whole segment where it's like, she cuts her hair, and I'm like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? And they're all freaking out about it. And then we get, like, this whole monologue about her and thinking about to the past and everything. She's talking about how she's always behind people, and they're walking in front of her, and they're all defending her or whatever. And she cuts her hair, and she's like, I want them to walk behind me now, and she, like, wants to fight for them. And I was like, oh, this is super cool. And because I was trying to figure out, like, what does the hair have to do with it? And then later on, you find out that it's like she grew the hair because Sasuke likes long hair, and she's okay with cutting it now because there's like something more important than like her loving Sasuke now. Like, this is super cute. I like that a lot. And then she does the fight, and it's like a cool fight. Like, it was, and then she's doing all these substitutions, and she's biting the guy's arm and getting punched in the face a bunch. I'm like, this is very cute.
She got punched in the face.
She got punched in the face a lot. Like, it was reused animation for a lot of, oh my god, it was like, it went for like, she got hit maybe 50 times. It's crazy. So we love that. And then what else? Finding out Sakura and Ino used to be best friends. Like, maybe this is something I was meant to know already, but like seeing it, I guess, realized, even if I wasn't meant to know it, it was very cool.
In like episode 1, it might literally be, no, it's episode 2, I think. When they're like walking to class, they have like a rivalry thing, but it's not like that they're friends.
Yeah. But it was cool to find that out here. I was like, oh, they used to be like really good friends. And then they found
out Ino like used to help Sakura, because Sakura was a little crybaby bitch.
Yeah, that was really cute, where it's like, Sakura's crying about her forehead, and then, the next day, Ino comes back with a ribbon, and it's like, oh, look at this. That's where she got her hairstyle from. It's very cute. So all that stuff was really good. And then, of course, when Ino steps in and fights for her, and it has the sentimental music, and I'm like, oh my goodness. This is the best thing Naruto's ever done by far. Oh my god.
the like animation of them getting there, and like the fact that like Shikamaru has to pull Choji is like really cool.
I didn't even remember that actually. That sounds like really cool.
Yeah, because when they like jump in, it's like Shikamaru kind of doing a pose, Ino doing a pose, and Shikamaru and the Choji's like on his ass because he literally got dragged because he didn't want to do it. It's also like Shikamaru, who clearly probably because they were all in school together, right? Like he has some context for this, so he's like nudging Ino. It's just really cool.
That's right. That's it. Those are all my cool moments. My last one I said was all the interactions after Naruto wakes up, but you already talked about that before.
True, that was really cool. It's also cool that Neji shows up to kick their asses, but then they're like, oh, Sasuke wakes up instead. So we didn't get to see Neji fight him. Because they have reiterated multiple times that Neji is stronger than Lee. And Lee's pretty strong, but Lee did just get beat by these guys. They had sound powers, and Lee tried to pile drive that guy.
There was, the great, terrible Amazon Crunchyroll. For the one moment where this was one of the ones in sub, maybe it was the Sakura episode, but I think it was the one before it, which was also subbed, I think. I don't even know. But there was a bit where Rock Lee is revealing his power, or like when to use it, and he's like, I should never use this unless, and the subs say, I'm doing it to save someone previous. And I'm like, what? Save someone previous? What does that mean? And then I assumed I assumed it must be Precious, but I was like, maybe it is like some like thing, the previous thing. But then the next episode they say Precious, and I'm like, I guess the great Amazon Crunchyroll subs were terrible, but anyway.
Must have been AI, it was so bad. The
or early 2000s, they don't know how to translate that stuff.
That is a cute like a little Rock Lee flashback we get there. It's like a guy like teaches him something and says, "You're never allowed to use this move unless it's to protect the life of somebody precious." My goodness. And I think when Lee gets up later, he's like, "Nobody that I like will ever cry again," or something. And it's like, oh, cute. First of all, they literally do the hair cutting thing in Ninja Scroll, my new favorite movie, so I had to bring it up. The girl at the beginning of that does that. And then I wrote down another thing for predictions about something you said, so we'll save that for later. But true, that was like the standout part for me too. And I don't even like that Sakura bitch. She sucks.
It's not true. She's great.
I'm a Sakura defender, EliteAri. True. But she's not in my like top favorites, right? Like Tamari and Shikamaru and Gaara. True. We can go through things briefly, these chronological, because again, it's not in too much of my big notes here, but it is kind of in chronological order, and I'm sure there'll be little things to come. So first thing is a great reference to the other part is that Naruto checks the milk when he's in like the very first episode we see where he's waking up.
That's funny.
Because if you remember, the milk gave him the pooies last time.
I definitely remember that episode. Yep.
Yeah, that was a classic one.
Yep.
The beginning part is all kind of interesting because Naruto and Sasuke are still like pissy with each other, and Sakura's like, ever since we got back, they've been even worse than they were before.
I do remember that.
It's like, oh, well,
it felt a little
that whole
weird
thing
to me,
was
actually.
kind of for nothing. Yeah, it does feel very weird. That might have been an anime thing. Because I know all the missions they go on here is an anime edition where it's like they like walking a dog through a minefield and Naruto gets blown up, and like they pull weeds, but Naruto pulls the lady's garden up too, and she gets mad or something. They clean trash out of the river. I've got written down here. And they seem to be very much teasing a Naruto and Sasuke fight here, which again we kind of get reiterated at the end. We know it's not going to happen in this first round, at least.
It'll happen in the Great Majin Buu arc when Goku comes back to life.
Potentially. You don't know anything about any potential Naruto and Sasuke fights, right?
I would assume they fight, but other than that, no, I don't know anything actually.
Interesting, yes. Just by saying that, you have no idea, so that's good. Sasuke thinks about Haku and gets frustrated. He needs to progress faster. Chewie does get mad. He's like, these are kids' games. We need to do something special. And obviously, this is going to lead up to the Chunin exams. What do you think Haku is stronger than Gaara or EliteAri? He was like their age. How would he fare in these exams?
I feel like Haku would be probably comparable to... Oh, I don't even know. I feel like he'd be comparable, but like only when he's using his technique thing.
Well, yeah, he would use it.
I feel like if you use that against Gaara, I feel like he'd be on par with him, maybe.
Maybe Gaara would just put his sand on him.
But it does, even I don't know if it's like you've poisoned my mind or something, but it does feel like Kakashi is stronger than both of these people.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, they kind of say that Gaara's kind of Chunin, like a Chunin. He could beat up a Chunin.
But they also at the same time say that like even as a Genin, whatever it was, I can't Chunin. Was it Chunin? No, did they say Genin or did they say Chunin? But like, I can't even imagine. I can't even get there in that time or whatever.
Yeah, it was the Chunin.
It was Chunin. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. True. So is Haku gonna beat Gaara, EliteAri?
The way that we've set up Gaara, he seems to be really strong. So I don't know. I have no idea.
He did crush that guy to death, EliteAri, but then it rained black blood. What do you reckon?
because the blood was so compressed by the sand or whatever that it turned black, and it was super cool.
I'll take that. Explanation. True. Oh, and at the beginning, Sasuke tells Sakura that she's even worse than Naruto and tells her to fuck off. So that was a little mean.
That is very mean. We don't like Sasuke.
And then Sakura has a little internal monologue about how she never does anything, and that's sad. True, we have a whole bit about Konohamaru and his two friends. Tamari thinks Sasuke is hot too. Sasuke says Gaara is as smooth as Kakashi in sneaking up on them, EliteAri. So maybe he is Kakashi level.
Maybe.
It's kind of annoying that everybody wants to keep an eye on Sasuke, but not Naruto. True, Kankuro and Gaara both don't give a fuck about Naruto.
Yep.
And it's funny because Naruto totally beat Haku last time in Sasuke. He got his ass beat, but these people don't know that. True, the Land of Fire and Winds are allies. Slow introductions of new characters is super cool, especially on the rewatch. It's exciting. EliteAri, Kurenai, who's the hot one, does not have the Sharingan. She just has red eyes.
I didn't even question it. Why would she have the Sharingan? Okay.
Well, a lot of people say that. Like, I think the normies thought that too when she showed up. It's like, oh my god, she's got red eyes. She's got the Sharingan. What the fuck's going on here?
Nope.
Oh, also, Asuma, who is Shikamaru Sensei's last name is Sarutobi, EliteAri. Does this ring any bells to you?
Absolutely not.
That is the Hokage's last name.
Oh, wow.
So Asuma and the Hokage have the same last name. We'll keep an eye on that. And that would also mean that Konohamaru's last name is also Sarutobi.
Yes.
Is Asuma Konohamaru's dad?
I doubt it.
You probably would have heard about that, huh? Kakashi was 6 years younger than Naruto when he became a Chunin. He's the coolest guy ever, EliteAri, admit it.
I mean, is he the coolest in the show? Let me think.
He was literally 6 years old when he beat the fuck out of Gaara.
He's pretty cool. He's probably the coolest.
I just thought, and I think this is retcon later.
What?
But I guess I won't expand on that.
Oh, this? Okay.
I feel like we get a flashback of Kakashi in the Chunin exams, and
hey, we'll see, okay? We'll see.
Yeah, maybe not though. Kakashi and Iruka have a fight. True, we talked about that. But Kakashi's the coolest guy of all time, by the way. Naruto's fantasy of beating Kankuro and Sasuke is funny. True, they're like bodies pile, and he's like got his foot on them. He says, "Yay, I'm the best," or something. Yep. Cool, you know. It's funny that Kankuro and Sasuke are on like equal level in his mind, even though he just meant Kankuro. Yep. But he did make him look really lame in front of Sakura and his favorite kid.
It's terrible.
And Konohamaru was like, "Why aren't you like that, boss?" When Sasuke's like doing cool shit. True. You know, it's sad. Oh my god, it was not you that was messaging me just now. It was the Shinseki Evangelion chat. We'll ignore that.
Yep.
Test with Iruka and the Genjutsu. True, Iruka does a preemptive test. That's anime only.
So wait, you know what? Wait, you're talking about the one where he goes to each individual one of them, right?
As
you know what?
Ninja.
I'm a genius. I knew it immediately that it was Iruka Sensei before they revealed anything. I think it was when the first person did they confront Sasuke first? Whoever they confronted first, I was like, oh, this is definitely Iruka Sensei.
Sasuke said, "Get lost."
Yep. So I'm a genius.
You're very smart, EliteAri. Oh, there's the test with the floor number where the floor number is wrong and you've got to see through the jutsu or whatever.
Yep.
Rock Lee loves Sakura. 1010 thinks Sasuke is cute too. Neji takes note of Sasuke and his clan. True. Neji knows some things. Rock Lee beats the fuck out of Naruto and Sasuke. Lee has two motivations for wanting to fight Sasuke. He's strong and a good test, and he wants to impress Sakura. True.
That's right.
Guy Sensei always lets things slide. I don't know what that means. He and Kakashi are arch rivals for all eternity. true. We don't believe this, EliteAri, and Might Guy cannot beat Kakashi. Lee really wants to test himself against Neji. He's way stronger, bro. True. Sakura feels so bad for Sasuke when he loses. True. Oh, this is a funny thing. Where like she's not like, man, I'm so sad Sasuke lost. She's like, man, I'm so sad that Sasuke feels super insignificant and like a big pussy right now because I love him. And it's like, oh my god, that's how women are, EliteAri. They never like want you to. They never like you. They think you're a loser, but they still like you, and they like you because you're a loser. And no matter what, you'll never be cool to them. So don't even try. Anyway, even the great Sasuke can't be cool to his girlfriend here.
Yep.
But true. Sasuke's like the main character, bro. True. He was in the middle. I really like the characters. Naruto tells everybody in the waiting room to suck his dick. True. He has a big speech about how he's going to pulverize everybody in there. He's the best. They all had to go register or none of them could have entered. True. Because Kakashi poses it to them as like it's an individual thing. But actually, if Sakura decided not to go, they all would have failed because you have to be a team.
That was a good deception. I like that.
True. And Kakashi says that he's proud of them. That was kind of sweet. Oh, as soon as Ino sees them as they come into the room, she jumps on like Sasuke's back and Sakura gets really mad and calls her billboard brow and Ino pig, EliteAri, your favorite insults.
We love it. I like the billboard brow.
Why is Ino a pig?
Because she's a pig-like.
That's definitely some sort of name pun in Japanese.
I'm sure it
Ino
is,
means pig or something. Then Choji probably makes a joke about wanting to eat her for real because he likes food. Naruto's rundown of all the Genin is hilarious. Kiba and Sasuke have like a rapport or something. Oh, true. Kiba and Sasuke are like friends or something. They like say something to each other, and Sasuke's like, "Oh, hey Kiba, how's your team going?" or something. It's like they have a little rapport.
Wait, which one was
like,
Kiba?
Kiba's the dog one.
Okay, the dog one, yes.
And he's kind of like a prick, so it kind of like follows that he would like be the one that's like kind of friends with Sasuke. Choji wants to eat Akamaru, EliteAri. That's not cool.
I mean, if he's really hungry. It is kind of weird that there's a dog, isn't it? No one else has a dog.
True. It's like, and he's allowed to have the dog?
Yeah.
That's actually literally brought up in the coming fights where
somebody's
like, is he allowed to fight with that dog? And there's like, he's a ninja. He's no different than a kunai. It's a ninja weapon for Chico.
Amen.
Everybody in Kiba's clan has a dog that fights with them.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Right.
Everybody's in a clan, by the way, except for Sakura.
It was very funny when which teacher was it? One of them recognized that like, oh, he's really shaken up, that damn dog. Whatever. It was like, oh wow. They didn't call him the damn dog, but it was
somebody
like,
says that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Asuma who was their sensei. No, maybe it was Kurenai. Kurenai's their sensei, but he was like, Akamaru's really shaken up or something. It's cool that she knows.
Yep.
Because she's like their guy. Oh, we got ninja cards for real. That's true. Kabuto has ninja cards.
Yep.
You think we're going to sell those as merchandise, EliteAri? Anyway.
Maybe.
He's collecting info, and he had info on Gaara and everybody.
Yeah, I wanted to.
That
was. I wanted to see Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura. I wanted to see all of them. Okay, I wanted to see their stats, like their.
It's funny. It'd be interesting whether or not like the Land of Waves was like on record.
I have no idea.
Or like they didn't have that A rank mission against them because obviously because Gaara only had a B rank mission. So like Naruto and Sasuke are more impressive on paper, even Sakura, but whatever. Nobody knows, I guess. Chunin exams to promote cooperation and even out world powers. Yeah. Neji and Hinata have the same last name and ominously look at each other. True. Hidden Sound Village sprang up in the last few years. Those guys are a mystery. True. Sakura calls Naruto a jackass and a spazzy. So true.
Okay.
Ibiki is an Anbu torture expert, EliteAri.
Yep. That's
pretty cool. He's in the Anbu.
We love that.
They have to do consent forms with Anko. That's kind of funny. Fire style Phoenix Flower Jutsu is Sasuke's like new favorite attack. Oh, we have paper bombs, EliteAri. We stick paper bombs on a squirrel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rock Lee saved it.
Saved that poor little squirrel.
Yep.
And Sakura stopped it from coming close.
I also had a moment where I was like, man, I guess like animals in this world are more sentient than our world. Because like that squirrel was like really thankful or something. And I was like, man, that's like really weird. And also the dog, but also the dog that not Shikamaru, the what's the dog's name?
Akamaru. Akamaru has.
Yeah, like he's like kind of very smart.
Well, he can literally talk. It's like a Pokemon where like Kiba can understand what he's saying.
Yeah, so animals in this world are kind of weird. I don't know. This squirrel was also kind of
literally
smart.
No, never mind. I nearly spoiled something.
Oh, dirt. Oh my god.
Last time. But I was talking you off that ledge, but what you just said is 1,000,000,000% true. Even more than you know.
I'm glad to hear it.
Sasuke floats on a kunai to float under his foot and throws it. So at one point, somebody throws a kunai at Sasuke. He uses his sticking to the tree powers from last time to catch it and have it like hover below his foot and then flicks it at somebody.
I don't remember that, but that sounds cool.
It made like a cool sound effect too, which was cool. Sasuke impales that dude. True, the guy at the very beginning who like tries to fight them. Sasuke just like stabs him in the chest with the kunai, and that ends up being one of the clone guys at the end. So he didn't die, but Sasuke did just murk this guy in the chest with a kunai. So that
when was this?
Violent and cool. This is at the very beginning before, because remember Naruto, there's like a whole password thing, and somebody attacks him the second time it's Orochimaru. Yeah. The first time Sasuke catches him out. And this password was a trick EliteAri, because obviously Naruto wouldn't remember the password. That was kind of funny. Orochimaru Genjutsu attack has Sasuke scared. True, Sasuke wants to give up.
True.
That was crazy.
Which in retrospect makes way more sense. But initially it was like, wow, this student's really strong. Yeah.
Cool bodies defiled in front of the Buddha. Their faces are gone. Onko recognized it. Cool silhouette. We need the Hokage and Anbu down here. Oh, a great callback, EliteAri. When Naruto calls, he says, "You ain't hurt, are you, scaredy cat?" And that was what Sasuke said to him last time when the Mist Ninjas attacked. That was cool. Orochimaru releases and recognizes the nine-tailed fox's chakra. He seals it back into Naruto and negates his power-up. Sakura catches Naruto and then tells off Sasuke. True, she calls him a pussy. We hear Sasuke's brother's voice taunting him, and we get the name Itachi. My goodness gracious me. Animation looks a little different this episode. EliteAri, I have ... True. Orochimaru is a sound guy, they reveal, and wants Sasuke to prove himself by beating his other sound guy, then bites Sasuke for real. True, it's like a vampire thing, EliteAri.
Yep.
And also, it's going to kill you half the time. Anko and Orochimaru have a confrontation. She uses snakes too. That's right, you're an elite now, Orochimaru says, which is like a cool note. Seemingly when he left, she wasn't like a jonin or whatever, so that's cool. He taught her forbidden jutsu. What's up with that? You can't be teaching your students forbidden jutsu. Kakashi wouldn't do that, but Orochimaru did to the great Anko here.
Yep.
You had something you wanted to say about this that you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it now.
Do it.
It's just about substitution jutsu, which is like, I think it's just very annoying because I don't think I ever like it. The only time I liked it was when Sakura was doing it, but it wasn't because of the substitution jutsu, it was because it was like a cool Sakura moment.
It's true, because it like makes you invested in something, but then it's like,
well, it's not. Yeah, exactly. But it's like the way they do it, at least in the anime, is that they intentionally try and trick you by like making the substitution thing stop bleeding or whatever, or like they make it so like when Orochimaru is like up against the tree and it's like pinned his hand, like she's pinned his hand on the wall, and his eye, like he's looking down, he's like has an internal monologue, and then the reveal is that it was like mud the whole time, and it's like what, like it's the way they portray it just annoys me. Like I wish they would just commit to it and be like, you could tell that it was like a substitution or something. I don't know. That's weird.
I feel like this is something. I feel like we outgrow substitution. Like
that's good
at some point, because it stops becoming a thing. There is one bigger example that people complain about a lot. That's way later. But outside of that, I don't recall too much outside of like original Naruto stuff, which is like the first third of the show, I guess. But yeah, it is funny, and it is kind of like oh damn. They're fucking us right now.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just annoying. You can do it. Just don't give us false hints, like of them like coughing or bleeding or something because they got hit. Like I just don't like that. It's annoying.
I don't know. It's like if Krillin Destructo Disced a guy, but it was just the after image and he like teleported away, but not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's not
as bad. Yeah, but it is kind of like that. Yeah.
I'm sure that this is like a thing in other shows too. I'm trying to think, but I can't. That was the best example I could come up with. Anyway, true. Rock Lee saves squirrels. Oh, Neji rejects Ino, which is funny because Neji comes across like Ino's group with Shikamaru, and he's like, "I'm not even going to beat up you guys. You guys are too weak." But Ino tries to like flirt with him, and she tells her to get lost. So that wasn't cool. All the cool guys don't care that the ladies love him, though Ino didn't actually like Neji. I don't think. Well, actually, she's like, I heard you with a number. I just wanted to meet you. And I was like, okay, Ino's kind of cool.
It is kind of crazy. Just talking about the Sasuke Sakura thing. He has like no interest whatsoever. Like not even a little bit. Like it is kind of funny.
True.
Like Naruto at least has some interest in Hinata, where he's like,
That's
she's
true.
like interesting. He has no
Sasuke
interest.
is kind of the Goku like Luffy type, where it's like he's completely oblivious to like the girl that likes him.
Yep.
Naruto is, but that's only because he's literally oblivious. He's not oblivious to sexuality because he is like sexy jutsuing around and likes Sakura. Yeah. So it's like if Hinata gets his attention, he probably would like her, but he's just too stupid. Sasuke is the women. Disgusting.
Yep.
They did kiss EliteAri. Are they gay?
It's a matter of intention, right? I guess.
Perhaps. If you kiss the homies, EliteAri, is that gay?
What a good question for the philosophers.
Ino showing up might be the peak of these episodes. True.
Yep.
First time we see a little bit of Sasuke's flashback. Dead parents on the ground. EliteAri doesn't remember.
Just sleeping.
Don't call Choji a fatso. Sasuke wakes up and is so defensive of Sakura. True. He says, "Who the fuck did this?" Oh, Sasuke hides shuriken in his flames. So that was a cool moment. Everyone making fun of Naruto isn't cool, guys. True. And Tenten comes down and is like, "I'll take care of Lee from now on, Ino." And she just starts shaking him, which is kind of funny. Sakura punches Naruto for bad-mouthing Lee. Sasuke realizes that those guys he just beat Lee. Ino cuts Sakura's hair. How nice. We're nearly done, EliteAri. Gaara kills a man. True. They looked at me the wrong way, so now they're gonna die.
I don't blame him. Yeah.
Gaara's sand is automatic, which is crazy, but it's really cool.
It's like Goku.
They break the record for finishing the second test. Oh, also he like threatens to kill Conqueror. Like it's clear that he's like a one-man kind of guy. He doesn't care much for his sibling.
I feel like he cared more about his sister than his brother. But...
This is true. It seems like Tamari has like more of a thing to rein him in, but Conqueror pisses him off. And Conqueror he like grabbed his shirt and was like gonna punch him or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
true.
Like he's pretty confident he's not gonna die here. Which is interesting. This will be fleshed out a little bit more in the future, but I don't know if I'd be so confident. This is definitely like a thing I remember thinking a lot as a kid of like, it's like, and I think about this now with like the Eclipse and Berserk where you're like Guts and you're gliding down the hill towards Griffith with the bear hullet and you're like, man, I am fucked no matter what I do right now, I'm dead. I think about this moment where Gaara is like fighting these guys and I'm like, no matter what these guys do, if they run, Gaara will just catch them and kill them. If they try to kill Gaara, they're going to fail and Gaara's going to kill them. Like, there's no way to not be killed by Gaara in this moment if you were teleported to their position a lot.
No, there is.
Or right now. What would you do?
You'd have to, like, do something crazy. Like, tell him a joke or something and make him laugh. I don't know. Like, you have to do something unexpected. I don't know. I'm sure there's many ways.
I feel like I think Gaara was going to kill these guys no matter what, and you have no power to... Sand burial.
No, you gotta do something. You gotta be like, I have a proposition. What if we, like... gamble or something.
They try to give him the scroll, and he killed the friend.
You gotta be crazy. You gotta be like, okay, I give you a challenge. If you can like do this in 10 hours, and we can't do this in 10, then you can kill us. But if not, and you gotta like run away in that time or something. I don't know. You could like, some way you could avoid it.
Gaara finna kill you, EliteAri. I don't care what you say. They're way above Genin level. Somebody must have said that. The Chunin says no Chunin could do that. True, we talked about that a lot actually.
Yep.
There's oil-looking clones from these Rain Ninja, but actually it's a Genjutsu. Kabuto nearly blows his cover. True, there's like one shot where if you know the bad guy, his like eye gets bloodshot because he like gets stabbed or something.
I remember
but
that.
He like calms down. So that was kind of cool. And Sasuke is immediately suspicious. So when Sasuke was suspicious, were you also suspicious about Kabuto, EliteAri?
No, I just assumed he had like a secret power or something.
But he was actually a bad guy for real.
Yeah.
We'll see. Iruka appears before them. True, we talked about this. All the rookies passed. True, and all the other named characters did too. Epic.
Yep.
Finally, the Hokage is on the scene. Orochimaru is a Sannin. So incredibly powerful that the Anbu couldn't bring him down. The Hokage already knows he's after Sasuke. They also have to hold preliminaries for the first time in 5 years. We're keeping the exams going. We're not shutting them down. Guy and Kakashi interact for the first time on screen. Kakashi wasn't paying attention. Ten thinks Kakashi is hot. True. She's like shit-talking Guy. She's like, Guy Sensei's kind of a dork, but this Kakashi guy's pretty cool. Yep. We see Gaara Sensei for the first time. EliteAri didn't remember.
Yep.
Hokage's speech about the exam's purposes, friendship, and allied nations. They're a substitute for war and a presentation of the strength of for negotiation.
Yep.
True, and like you get to like perform, and then people might hire you and stuff depending on how good you do. This is kind of something they say, but they don't like explain properly. But like the third test is like in a stadium where people will come and watch. That's like because they're like everybody's gonna come around and like watch them and stuff. And obviously, World Martial Arts tournaments in a stadium, so we're gonna have our fucking final bit in a stadium, EliteAri, goddammit. New Proctor Hayate Gecko shows up and is coughing. It's single elimination. How exciting. Naruto doesn't know about the curse mark, which was like kind of cute that nobody had told him. Anko, Ibiki, the Hokage, and Kakashi discuss what to do about Sasuke right next to him, and EliteAri wasn't happy.
Yep. Not
Sasuke's
good.
Annoying. Sakura's annoying on God. I have written down
what
here.
Are you
she must
saying?
have been annoying.
Oh my God. She would know. Like, she had the only correct position when Sasuke was the one being incredibly annoying. Oh my God. Sasuke's such a like immature, like boring kind of guy where he's like, I'm not gonna tell people the thing that might be very important for them to know, and they might actually be able to help me, but I'm not gonna tell them because I've got my own things.
I would never tell him. I'm like Sasuke for real.
Yeah,
Fuck
true.
off, Sakura. You're annoying me right now.
True.
Kabuto bows out. Everybody's suspicious. Oh, it is cute that everybody's immediately like, this guy is fucking with us or something. He's not doing anything impressive in the least village. True, we had like no interesting missions or whatever. The only survivor of the Battle of Kiko Pass. He's not originally from the village. Orochimaru is in the building. True. Naruto, you're one of the ones I want to fight the most. And the last note is Yoroi versus Sasuke is the first match. Kakashi reveals to Sasuke that they already know about it and that he'll stop the fight if he needs to. True, Kakashi's back and he cares about Sasuke. My goodness. Sakura, you're useless. You weren't even going to tell him anything you didn't already know.
Yep.
And that's the extent of my notes, EliteAri. My goodness.
Yes. Now I wonder what on earth is happening in that final bit. There's no way he's absorbing his chakra, right? No way. It couldn't be a Dragon Ball Z.
The fight did actually start, and he's like sucking on him or something.
Yep. All right, so now I have a few miscellaneous notes. So, number one, which we haven't somehow talked about at all, but this is very clearly inspired by the Hunter exam, right? In Hunter x Hunter. Like, it's very similar.
Yeah, whatever. I heard this fucking talking point before.
Yeah, so it is like... It's very... Do you know what the time difference is between when the Hunter exam came out and this?
Well, the Hunter exam is Hunter x Hunter's first arc, and the Hunter x Hunter started like a year before Naruto, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
So probably like the Hunter exam had probably just wrapped up when Naruto was like starting. So it's pretty obvious that it is. Because there's like the field stuff.
The field?
Like they're in the field in the Hunter exam, and that's like the forest, right?
The field? I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like a green thing where Gon goes fishing and he fights his
that's just the forest,
like 1 second.
And it's like that has the exact same mechanism where you have to go and retrieve someone's badge and you have to have 2 badges or whatever.
That is true. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do just remember being surprised when I watched the Hunter exam how like obviously we're in the forest for like 11 episodes in Naruto, and in the Hunter exam it's like maybe 2.
No, the Hunter exam you're in that forest a while. I'd be surprised it was like 4 or 5 episodes. Like it's quite a while. Like compared to the rest of the exam. But it's like very. But
there's so many different stages to the Hunter exam. It's like
that is
more
true.
Free flowing and stuff. They do have like proctors and stuff though too.
Yeah, like each stage has its own like person that's in charge of it. Yeah, it's like and it ends with the fights, like one-on-one fights, and it's very clearly. It is just, to me, it's kind of crazy how like similar it is. Like I don't know why if I'm writing a manga, like why would I make the same story that is like very popular and around at the same time as me? But I mean, it is. I don't know.
Some editor showed up and said, "This Land of Wave shit ain't doing too well, Kishimoto. You better throw in some fucking. You better do what Hunter x Hunter is doing. It's popular right now."
Maybe. You know what's another? This is like
people say this about a character. Oh, I think because they like reveal Killua's brother, right? And that's kind of like the Orochimaru thing.
Yeah,
kind of looks like Orochimaru.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, very similar.
But yeah.
Wow. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Hunter exam.
There's definitely a bit of World Martial Arts tournament here too. Definitely, I guess. Kind of coming up with the stadium stuff.
No spoilers.
Also, but yeah.
What's interesting to me is that I don't know. I've never heard, besides what if you just mentioned there, the name of the author of Naruto. Like he never gets brought up anyway, like ever.
Masashi Kishimoto.
Yeah, I've just never heard the name.
I feel like he's brought up all the time.
No, never, not a single time. Like One Piece. Before I'd heard of One Piece, I knew Oda. Like it's a name. Even like the.
No, I feel Kishimoto is like way more famous than that pussy.
That's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if it is, that's kind of crazy because it's a whole different world to me then. Because Oda's like famous. Same with
I think it's just One Piece has gotten very popular like very recently, and obviously Naruto's been finished since 2014.
Yeah, but the thing, Naruto's still got like Boruto and stuff, right? I don't really know. I guess.
Oh, he's not making that. That's like the big thing everybody says.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah. That's kind of a big thing to know. Like,
no,
Boruto
I had
is
no
fake.
idea.
We're not doing Boruto. I have no interest in Boruto.
Wow. I had no idea. Okay. Yeah.
Boruto is like GT.
I like GT. GT's good.
True, but I don't know. Boruto is probably good. I just
we'll
like
see.
the Naruto ending is like so good that I like that, and they live forever after. Like, I don't need to know anything.
We'll see. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, I'm not that opposed to doing it, I guess. Probably
we'll see when we get there, okay? In like a few years.
But
right? Yeah. Okay. So Hunter exam, true. The next thing is, I was expecting this to happen. It didn't happen, but it would have been the funniest thing ever. Oh my god. I thought it would have been so funny if Sakura was literally the only person doing the exam and everyone else was like copying her indirectly. Like they're all copying each other, but like it all just goes down to Sakura and she's the only one doing it.
Yeah, but
it wasn't. But it was so funny.
There.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was
it was
sad
true though. I think she was answering those questions.
She was,
that was supposed to be impossible to answer. So
it was
she's
great.
Smart.
She is smart. It's amazing. But also it would have been so funny if, oh my god. But it wasn't. What can I say? The one time I was expecting a gag, it wasn't. But,
to check in with the discourse, are you mad at all that she doesn't have a power and she's like the only one?
I didn't even consider it. Like not everyone has a power, right?
Yeah.
Like Naruto doesn't have a power, right? Well, I guess he has this what do you call it?
I guess.
Clone thing, the Shadow
Fox.
Jutsu or whatever.
But yeah.
Oh, the Fox? I don't know about that. That's like a special.
Well, yeah, Shadow Clones too. But yeah, Sakura doesn't have a special jutsu. Like everybody else seems to have a family power.
I don't care. That doesn't
or a gimmick power. Yeah, this is like the big thing about like I don't know. Never mind. I can't really expand on
we'll
this.
talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
I don't care at all, by the way.
Wonderful. Speaking about the great Dragon Ball GT, I have a note and I said, wow, the music really feels like Dragon Ball GT music. But the dub specifically.
Interesting.
Music. Yeah, because I don't like the Dragon Ball GT music, specifically the dub music, because it makes it feel so dark and depressing and like bad, like a weird tone.
That's true. I remember hating the music for how different it was.
And this music is very similar.
I didn't think that at all.
This is the majority of it is very similar. There's some tracks that are very different from GT, but a lot of the just general like we're doing a forest kind of fight and we're playing music right now is very like serious and dramatic and very like Dragon Ball GT.
I feel like this is like insanely not true. Like like GT's music is like mechanical and like techno. I remember, but Naruto's is a little like wood instruments and like traditional sounding.
Well, the thing with GT is that it has a very it has a motif that's used throughout, which is the dun 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 dun, and that like it plays a bunch of different like moments. And that kind of like sets the tone of GT. There's a track in this that also gets played a bunch. It has a very similar kind of feeling to it. But I know what you mean.
Suya.
Yeah, like stuff like that is very different, right? Like that is the kind of that doesn't happen that much, right? But the it does have a lot of wind stuff, like you're saying. The instruments are very different, but it does have a very similar kind of tone for that, for at least one track. But it is interesting.
I mean, I don't have a problem.
I think it works well in this. I don't know about GT. Is just so like it's so different than Dragon Ball Z that it's upsetting or whatever. But especially as a kid,
it is funny that because I'm pretty sure you have like the dub sound for DBZ, and I entirely have the sub one. So.
I've only
we have very different takes on like what Dragon Ball Z sounds like.
True.
This Dragon Ball Z soundtrack to me is like very goofy and like
no, it's very sick and epic and hype moments.
It's not epic at all. Like not even a little tiny bit. Which is
bet
funny.
It sounds like that late Dragon Ball show, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's like fuck, bum 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 bum. That's Dragon Ball. You're like that shitty Vegeta song that everybody likes.
When I think of Dragon Ball music, like from the sub or whatever, I think the Dragon Ball opening, dun 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 dun. I feel like that's the favorite music they play. I don't know. Yeah,
we love that song.
All right, 2 miscellaneous notes left. 1, I was a little annoyed that Rock Lee stole Sakura's limelight. I was hoping that she would get to fight, but she did get her moment later, so I was happy with that. But initially he stepped in a bit too early. And then my final note...
Who is Sakura gonna fight? My goodness.
Wait, we're not up to that yet. My final note is that, my goodness, kunai, that's their, like, the thing the like, knife thing or whatever, right?
Yes. Not to be confused with kuranai, the hot lady.
Yes. Kunai just feel like such weak weapons. Like, whenever they're presented, I don't know if it's the way they're directed or whatever.
They've also got a limited of them.
Yeah. But that's fine. But like, it just feels so.
Kunai are cool.
I feel like a kunai would never be able to kill a single person in this entire universe, like ever. But they seem to be like something to fear sometimes, which is like, I don't know about this, but.
Oh yeah, because like Kabuto takes like 7 in the back.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, they don't even go in that far. But but also sometimes like Sakura throws it and clips Naruto to like that tree for like an hour.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. It's inconsistently portrayed. I think like it.
I mean, it's just like basic. Like,
you know what I think
starting
it is?
the fight, we're gonna punch each other a few times. We're gonna throw some kunais. You know, it's cool.
I think the directing wise though, it's weird because on one hand you want to portray it as like a very swift, silent weapon, but at the same time that makes it feel very weak.
The sound is cool when it like hits something like.
That is true. When it hits something, it is cool.
I guess it's when it hits trees. But,
yeah. Like, it just doesn't have that, like... I don't know much about animation, right? Like, technically. But people say, like... What do they call it? Like... Is it... No, not squash and stretch. It's like the, What do they call it when they, like, wait for, like, a moment before they hit it? Like, a punch in Dragon Ball Z is gonna, like, happen... It's gonna happen slowly, but then it'll, like, land really quickly or whatever. Like, the kunai can't do that. Which is, like, a... I don't know. It's a little frustrating or whatever, but it is what it is.
Well, they also have ninja stars, and, They're like supposed to be weaker. I guess they have the big. Remember when they threw it at Zabuza? I don't remember if they called that a shuriken.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's also the paper bombs. True, that one could clip a guy in half like Frieza. The paper bombs are introduced here, which is interesting because that will become a thing that like everybody has. And also they'll have like tags where they'll just like strap thing to a kunai. They'll throw a kunai and the kunai will explode when it hits somebody. And so maybe they understood that this was weak.
Kakashi Sensei when that'd be crazy.
True. Like sometimes you could put a summoning scroll or a summoning like piece of paper on the bottom of a kunai, throw it, and summon a dog over there behind him, and then he could attack him. True. You're thinking some things. Also, Sasuke had the wire.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. So we got some ninja tools.
That's right. Sakura had a log hung up with strings and wires in the sky and then dropped them on them. Sick.
Yes, she did.
Yep. All right.
She dug a trap too, a hole.
Yep. All right, let's go. Predictions, right? Or anything else?
Oh, interesting. Actually, yes, we can go into that because I closed my computer, but I do remember them. So there's 2 predictions. There's who's going to fight each other in the short term. So it might literally be fun for you to write out like all 10 battles. I don't know if you'd remember the names,
okay.
I've only got my phone. I'll try and remember and coach you through them. The other one is who's going to become a Chunin. The other, which is I think is maybe what we should do first because it's like miscellaneous and weird. But if Naruto and Sasuke were to have a fight right now, who would win?
Sasuke.
You think?
Yes.
So you think his hidden power is stronger than Naruto's Fox hidden power?
Oh, wait, you mean if they use their like hidden power? I thought you meant like if it's a normal fight. You mean like a hidden power?
Oh, you can do both.
I think if it's a normal fight, Sasuke wins. If it's a hidden power fight, I would feel like Naruto... Well, it depends how much of his hidden power comes out. Like, we haven't seen it really come out properly. If he came out properly, anything in the narrative is telling me that Naruto is going to be way stronger.
Well, we also haven't seen like Sasuke's, right? Because Sakura hugged him and then like put it back.
That is true.
But he was going to kill that guy.
No, Naruto would win with his hidden power. It's the central premise of the show. Like, it sets up on episode 1. It's like the thing we lead with. Like, Naruto would win. It'd be crazy if he didn't.
So you've got 1 and 1, depending on the parameters of this fight. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the only one I think about.
Wait, there's like a story coming to my mind. I can't remember what it is, so let me think in case it's like a spoiler. There's a story where it's like someone is about to go crazy and then they someone stops them with their power. But usually if they like had the opportunity to get that strong, then they would have won, but they didn't get the opportunity because the other person's power was quicker to use. I could imagine a situation like that in this, where it's like maybe Naruto takes a while to get angry enough or something. Well, I don't know how he activates it to like unlock the power of the fox, whereas Sasuke's one might be quicker, so he could knock him out before he gets to that point potentially. Maybe I'm thinking of like Goku when he turns into the Ozuru was like a kid or something.
Maybe, or you could be thinking about the Warhammer Titan not being allowed to form when Eren punches.
Definitely not. I think I am more thinking of like, I think I am probably thinking of when maybe Vegeta does it at some point, or no, someone Piccolo knocks out Gohan or something, right? I think maybe I'm thinking of that. I don't know. It's something related to that.
Maybe.
So I feel like I could imagine that being a scenario where Sasuke wins, where he knocks him out before he like gets the opportunity to power up fully. But anyway, I do have some like miscellaneous like predictions before we go into the structured ones. Maybe.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One is that of the 3 legendary ninja, so I know some things, obviously. Orochimaru is one of them. I have to assume the only other villain name I know, which is Madara, I have to assume he's one of them. And then...
Do you know Madara's last name?
I don't know anything about Madara. I don't know what he looks like. To be honest, I don't even know it's a guy. It could be a girl for all I know. I don't know. The only thing I know is that that's a name. And I could even be saying it wrong. I truly don't know anything. Now, the other thing is that I know that there's... I'm like 100% sure there's a character that has a mask, but I'm not sure if it's like a question mark mask or a spiral mask. Like in my mind, I like think I've seen something to do with that, but in my mind, I can't tell if it was like a spiral or if it was like a question mark that looked like a spiral or something. So I feel like that's a villain. Before this, I would have assumed that was Orochimaru, but now I'm like, I truly like, I'm like, I don't know. So my guess would be that's probably the 3rd villain, and probably one of the 3rd, like the legendary 3rd ninja or whatever. That's my guess.
It's interesting that you're assuming the legendary Sanin of villains.
Well, yeah, because they made it sound like it's 3 people who've gone away from like the other codes, or I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe they will. I assume that they are villains though, but we'll see. You know what it feels like? The 7 lost Jedi or whatever, like the like Count Dooku and like the people who left the Order or whatever. Like it feels like that, but maybe not. So yeah, my other thing is, Gaara is kind of giving like son of like main villain energy. So like if I were to guess, it's like maybe the main villain guy like has a whole big family that like he has like a bunch of kids or something, and like obviously Gaara and his like 2 siblings and like
he does have pale skin.
What is that? I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Orochimaru's got pale skin.
I wasn't even thinking of Orochimaru as the main villain. There's no way Orochimaru is the main villain. He's introduced way too early. This feels like a Frieza kind of situation to like the Majin Buu kind of final villain. So I would feel like whoever the main villain is, I could imagine a situation where it's like they have a bunch of kids and then they have a very strict kind of upbringing or something, and Gaara is like the one that is like the best of them or whatever, and the only one that's worthy of like honor, like getting the title or whatever. I have no idea. But what
about Konkoro and Tamari, his sibling?
No, they're irrelevant. We don't care about them. Only Gaara is the important one. Okay, maybe they're there to one day be sacrificed for Gaara's development or something. I have no idea.
How can Gaara be the most important one when Tamari is number 5 favorite Naruto character for Kyle Entertainment and Gaara is number 6?
Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But Gaara, sorry, this is part 1 of my prediction, which is that he's like the son of like one of the main villains, or the main villain is what it feels like. And my other main like prediction is that he is eventually going to become a good guy who is fighting alongside us against the main villain. That'll be like the final conflict or something. Because it feels like he's been set up as like dangerous and like kind of villainous or something, like he killed someone, but at the same time it's like he hasn't really come across as like evil or anything. He seems more like serious than like evil. So I could imagine a turn where it's like he realizes his like dad is like evil or something, and he turns on him or something. I don't know. That's what my wild prediction on the vibes that he's giving.
Kind of seems like a little psycho. I don't know.
That is also true. He does seem a bit bratty, is what I would say. But like maybe when he grows up, he'll be like less bratty. So who knows?
Bratty with bloodlust.
No, more bratty like, this guy looked at me the wrong way. I'm lashing out right now like a little brat.
But then he did say, I have a thirst for more blood.
True. Because he's the little brat who like thinks that's cool and all that. I don't know. Anyway.
He's not a brat. He's a nice guy.
I have 3. What is this? We're going to get... Oh, my next prediction is we're going to get 10 to 15 episodes of one-on-one fights. That's just my general prediction, but... I also
we are doing, just quickly, because I might forget later, but we are doing... What are we on? This next one is... We just did 38, so I'm pretty sure it's exactly 20. So I think it's 39 to 59, I think, is the next batch. So, you know, are we actually getting 20 episodes of Little Fights? Or maybe. No, EliteAri.
We'll see. What is this? Oh, this was a connection I made when you were talking, which is that... And don't say anything, okay? Because I feel like this is a situation where if you would definitely say something or make a noise, and it's going to annoy me because you're going to hit something. But you're talking about Orochimaru being with snakes and everything, being like a snake guy. And then I thought about, like, you mentioned last time, which is something I didn't even consider, but apparently it's a big deal because you mentioned it, you know. And I saw it again this time. But they mentioned the giant, like, guy on the giant frog or whatever that sealed away the nine-tailed fox or something. And then I thought, like, maybe that's like the connection, which is I don't exactly know what the connection would be, but like maybe Orochimaru was like that guy's maybe that guy is like the Naruto to like Orochimaru's like Sasuke or whatever, and they were like rivals or something. And like one's a snake person and one's like a frog person or something. I don't even know, but
that guy was the 4th Hokage.
Okay, so then Orochimaru would be like, maybe it's okay. Would it be like a public? No, because then, I don't know then. No, you know what? I don't know then. If that's the was that actually that was the Hokage guy? Man, it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that kind of throws a wrench in this.
Like face.
Well,
you can see his face on the stones.
What would be the? It could be a thing where it's like, it could be a thing where, okay, don't clarify anything because they'll probably reiterate this.
Whatever I want.
No, they'll reiterate this if it's important. Which is that I wonder whatever happened to the. Firstly, I would assume that the 3rd Hokage died. You can confirm if that happened.
The 3rd Hokage is the current one.
So the 4th one, whatever, the 4th one's dead, right?
Or the 4th one is dead, yeah.
Okay, I would assume if he's dead, it could be a case where after he died, Orochimaru went and like stole his face, and when he steals his face, he can like steal his ability or something, and maybe his ability had something to do with animals, and that's how he got the snake element to him. That would be my next theory. But
Kakashi has animals too.
But he summoned those animals, right? With a scroll or something.
Yeah, but Orochimaru also summons the snakes.
But Orochimaru like turned into a snake.
Well, he has snake-like properties.
Well, yeah, so which I would assume is probably from that Hokage, which was like commanding a frog or something. I have no idea. We'll see.
Okay.
That's my
Anko
theory.
also had snakes.
Yeah, but she's learning from
She didn't become snake, true. Well, yeah. yes.
The chain of command, the chain of power. First, we have the 4th Hokage. Then we have Orochimaru, who learns from him by stealing his corpse or something. And then, actually, whoa. Wait, JJK does something similar. Wait a minute. Kakashi is the Gojo. I don't even know. JJK does something very similar to this, which I feel like would probably come from this, but I don't know. I have no theory there. Anyway. Then I have my final prediction, miscellaneous, which is that, last time I was thinking maybe Sakura and Sasuke will be a thing. This time, maybe Rock Lee and Sakura will be a thing. It might actually be a thing. Like, it would make sense. It would be like a funny, like, goofy kind of, like, ending, which I could imagine happening. Like, it is more genuine. Like, she feels like, obviously, he's in love with her at first sight or whatever, but she also likes that he, like, fought for her and all that. That's, like, cute. It could be a thing where it's also, like, where over time it becomes a bigger deal, like they're spending more time together. I don't know. I could imagine this being a thing. My guess would be this would probably be the more likely pairing, just because there's not at this point, very early in the story, obviously there's nothing hinting at Sasuke's interest in Sakura at all. So I don't know.
Well, there was none to hint at Goku's interest in Chi-Chi either, Leary. But
that's Dragon Ball. Their pairing was a gag. It was a comedy bit. Okay, this one is going to be more like character stuff. I'm sure.
This is actually an interesting thing, and I forgot that I wanted to ask you, but I did want to have you like make some ships here. It kind of does suck that that Naruto and Hinata end up together, huh?
Yeah.
Because Naruto would definitely be an option for Sakura, kind of. If
probably,
you didn't know that.
Well, that would be the thing. It'd be him and Sasuke are like competing or whatever for Sakura's interest.
Well, yeah. And it would be like, well, maybe Hinata dies and Naruto has to go with Sasuke. Or Sakura. And maybe Sasuke dies and therefore Sakura has to settle with Naruto. But now maybe Sasuke dies and Sakura has to settle for Rock Lee.
Yeah. Who knows?
Orochimaru does keep saying, like, he will seek me out for power or something. So we're clearly teasing, like, a dark side to Sasuke or whatever. So if he becomes a bad guy, we could kill him in the end if he's too bad. But yeah, I guess just on this thingy, is there any other, like, ships that stick out to you or anything? Or, like,
Oh my god. Wait, sorry. I think you might have... No, you're going to spoil something? No. Oh, no. I think I might... Now that I'm thinking about it, now don't say anything, because I'm not 100% sure. But you have spoiled something before in a Chainsaw Man discussion where whenever I bring up actually guys listening right now, major spoilers for Chainsaw Man manga, so leave, okay?
Fuck off.
You're gonna be really upset if you hear this. But
I have no idea what you're about to say.
Denji kills Aki, and then I always talk about that depressing scene where he's holding the whatever the
True,
ice
I do say
cream.
that's like Naruto.
Yeah, and now
ice cream scene.
I always now that I'm thinking about it, that could easily be a thing. I could imagine if Naruto ends up having to kill Sasuke because of his hidden power or whatever, like the Gun Devil, and then he's like depressed about it afterwards. So that I feel like that's what you're hinting at. Now I'm not 100% sure.
Speak, I am in big
trouble. Don't say
trouble.
anything because I'm not confident, but that feels like it could be a thing. Anyway,
I feel like
I
feel like I have been immaculate with these Naruto spoilers. I've been throwing some misdirects here and there. You know, I've just been going so well.
Yeah,
letting it flow naturally.
Yeah.
Did I fuck up a long time ago?
It's possible.
Time will tell.
Yep.
Oh, any other ships, EliteAri? Is Ino going to end up with... Who's she ending up with, EliteAri?
The problem is I don't know these characters well enough. You could probably ask me this next time. I'll probably know more.
Her and Shikamaru have a little bit of a dynamic. They're in the same team, you know?
Maybe.
What about 10-10? You know, maybe Tamari is going to marry Rock Lee.
Holy, you're saying all these names, and I need to like think of every single one. So say the names again and say who they are, okay?
I don't remember the joke ships I just brought up, but I think I said 10-10, or did I? No, I said Shikamaru and Ino. So that's Shadow and Mind Transfer.
Yep.
Then I said Tamari, who is Gaara's sister, and Rock Lee, because that was funny. And then
true.
The 10-10, is she in love with Neji or Rock Lee? We'll never know. Neji and Rock Lee's girl, EliteAri.
Oh, okay.
Yes, through context.
Okay.
And that's all the girls, EliteAri. You know.
Okay.
What about like Kurenai and Kakashi? You think they're getting together?
I would be baffled if that happened. I don't think it's happening.
Why is that one so baffling?
Because the senseis, whatever they are called, they will never have love interests. That is not a thing. That will not happen.
What?
That is just not possible.
Kakashi's going to have some love interests on God.
Absolutely not. That is not going to happen in the show.
Kakashi needs love.
We don't have time for that in non-filler episodes. Maybe in a filler arc, there'll be like a sensei love arc or whatever, but we're not wasting time. I can tell the show does not care about the relationships of those characters, okay?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And 100% not true, but maybe not their romantic relationship.
Yeah, the romantic. No, I don't mean, obviously cares about their relationship, not the romantic is what I'm talking. I mean the romantic one. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see Kakashi going on a date with someone. That's not going to be a thing.
You saying that has given me a new appreciation of certain aspects of Naruto, EliteAri. That's all I'll say about that. Now, because I just thought of so many contradictory examples.
Maybe.
But true. The old Hokage needs an old lady he can kiss on. But he is a horny guy. Don't forget that. He gets nosebleeds when Naruto does the sexy jutsu.
Yes.
Now, so true pairings. EliteAri doesn't know the characters enough to do it. Yeah. And the only interesting one is Hinata, and we've already been spoiled.
Yep.
So, I'm chewing right now. So I guess we can move on to the immediacy of who's fighting who. Who's a cool fight you want to see? Who's Sakura fighting EliteAri?
Sakura. I mean, it would obviously be Ino, but I feel like that would be...
What if she had to fight Gaara? Do you think that's it for Sakura?
That could be a thing. Now, okay, there's like a whole meta element where I have to think of Hunter x Hunter as well and who gets matched up there. But
isn't there only one fight?
There's like 7 or 8 fights, I think, in the final section. But
all I remember is Gorin getting beaten up by the bald guy, and then Killua's brother getting revealed, and then like he kills somebody, I think, and then that's it. There was 2 fights.
No, there's like a few. You get an old man versus Hisoka or something. I think it's like a few, but they're very quick. Like you don't see them as much. They're the main ones you remember. Let me think. So, Gaara would be...
Hold on. Let's start. Is Sasuke going to beat this guy?
Yes. Now, the thing is, like, I talked about this when I did my reaction in the discussion bit afterwards, very short. But my immediate thought at the end of the episode was that, oh my god, Sasuke's going to lose this episode. And the fact that it ends on a cliffhanger means that he's definitely going to win. But like, I did think for a second, I was like, man, he's actually going to lose here. But then it went to a cliffhanger.
No, my placement for this was just because I wanted us to understand what was happening.
Yeah.
So we could do this piece of speculation.
Yeah, I think, Sasuke's going to win. Naruto's, whoever he matches up against is going to win. Now, who is he going to match up against? Actually, another thing, I feel like what we're leading towards, like story-wise, does feel like it'll be preliminary fights to main, maybe not fights, but it could be like a squad versus squad thing or something.
True, they haven't explained what like first of all, they haven't explained how you win the tuning exams. If just one person is going to become a tuning, or what's happening, they haven't explained what the third test is at all. But if we do the math, there should be 9 people left over.
True.
Which you could divide them into 3s then, or you could do a single elimination tournament with one extra guy.
Single, what does that mean? Single elimination?
Well, like there's 9, so it would be 4 fights, and then one guy gets a bye.
Oh, I was thinking you were saying like everyone fights at once, which could also be a thing.
A battle royale, that could be fun.
Yeah,
knock them off this platform in the arena.
For the speculation, what I'm assuming is that there's going to be more fighting later. So it's like you don't want to spend all the like Gaara versus like Sasuke. You don't want to spend all that in this kind of preliminary stuff, right? Or like Ino versus Sakura, because then you have the big fights like later, and not later like way later, but like later like. Yeah, exactly. It's like Sasuke will win here. Gaara will win. If I were to guess, Gaara's probably going to fight someone unimportant, like some random person we don't really care about that much. Like maybe one of the sound people that like have a grudge against Sasuke or whatever. Maybe he'll fight the guy with the arms that got broken or whatever. And then he'll like quickly beat him or something. And then he'll go. So Gaara will be in the next round. And then like Gaara and Sasuke can have their like big fight in that next round.
It's funny because this is another like Sasuke is the main character thing, is that Sasuke is like being paired with Gaara. Naruto hasn't been.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I like it, like, because it is like what I said before, where one day we're gonna look back and be like, man, Naruto was the guy that everyone knows now across the world, but back then they didn't really care about him, and that like adds to it. It's very cute.
Well, in that case, who is the Naruto fight? What if he has to fight?
It would be Hinata would be interesting. The problem is, I don't know. You can clarify this if we already know it. Have they said if they can fight someone on their own squad? Like, can you be paired up against your own teammate or not? Do we not know? You can say
they haven't said anything about that.
Okay, then my guess would be that you probably can't be, because that'd be the assumption. But we'll see. They might clarify.
Naruto versus Sakura would slap.
That would be crazy. Yeah. I don't even know who would. I mean, Naruto would have to win, but I don't know how.
Maybe he would like voluntarily lose.
That's what I feel like he would want to do. Okay.
No, he would want to do that, then Sakura would talk him out of it, and then she'd be like, fight me like an equal. And then he would beat her like Goku beat Chi-Chi, and then it would be like, thank you, Naruto. I just wrote that fucking scene.
Genius. So that's what's going to happen.
OrdinaryAri just uploaded the Cyberpunk Dendron. Yeah, I just got the notification.
True, that's right. Okay. What am I saying? Naruto versus... I'm going through all the people in my mind. I feel like, because to me, like, all of the other people are like, so like, I don't know them well enough that it feels like I don't know who I'd pair. Gaara's the only one who's like built up.
I guess the sort of a meta to this is that, like, obviously this is a very good way to get to know these characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. But then in that case, it would be like just random. I have no idea. Like, my immediate thing is telling me, it's gonna be Naruto versus Shikamaru, because that's like a name I know, and he has like a cool power, and that could be an interesting like fight. So anyway, he's gonna fight Shikamaru, obviously, you know, because that's just like the coolest pair up. Sakura has to fight a girl. Okay, is it gonna be Hinata or is it gonna be Ino?
Or it could be Tamari, or it could be Tenten.
The problem with fighting Ino is that you want that fight to be later, because they have like a big like back and forth, and also they just had their like makeup kind of, they're like friends now again, so it's probably not the best.
But for them to fight later, they would both have to beat somebody.
Yeah, I feel like they could both beat someone. Sakura.
I mean, if we power scale, Sakura's like pretty obviously the weakest one there, right?
I have no idea. I like it's
now this obviously could be very easy setup for like, oh, she comes from behind and beats Gaara's sister or something.
I have anything could happen. I don't know. Like, she's obviously nowhere near like the Gaara or like Sasuke or maybe even like Naruto. I don't think she could beat any of them, but any of the other people, I could imagine a situation where she somehow
could beat Shikamaru.
Yeah, somehow beat him. I don't know. It's possible. She's like smart and has like a good command of all of her like techniques or whatever. There's probably a way. I don't know. I don't think I have a strong. If I were to just guess anyone, I would probably guess Hinata, because she is like, she doesn't really have much of a setup in this arc. She doesn't like
Hinata would put the whooping on that dumb Sakura girl.
Yeah, it would be like an opportunity to maybe learn a little bit about Hinata, but also Hinata loses at the same time. But also like, I just feel like it has to be a girl because that's just the type of writing the show has, where it's like it's a girl has to fight a girl. That's the way it works. I don't know.
Well, I think technically no, there are 6 girls, so they all could fight one. I was going to say one of them has to fight a boy.
No, we're having that's it.
Spoil.
I've got
at
it.
one point. There's a boy and a girl one.
We've got the Sakura versus Hinata. There we go. Easy.
True. There was one other person that I wanted to ask about. Who's Rock Lee gonna fight then?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Move on to one. Rock Lee could easily fight a no-name and beat him.
That is true. Rock Lee.
I thought of a better way to do this, and it ties into the next question. So if we do the math, there's 9 people that will pass. Can you select the 9 people that will pass?
Oh, it's
and then
easy.
From 9 people, do you who will eventually become a Chunin? Whether it be 0 people, 1 person, 2 person, 4 people, everybody that passes, maybe they're tricking them, and this is the final one.
Okay, dog guy is not making it. His dog's already spooked. Okay, he's gonna try and fight with the dog, but the dog's not gonna fight. Okay.
All right, you need to write these down because I'm gonna. Sasuke is gonna pass the leader. You've already said that.
These are the ones that I am like. I'm very confident. Naruto. I've written these down. Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Rock Lee, and Gaara. They are all gonna pass. Okay. Then we have the ones that I'm like. Wait, how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that leaves 4 more. Okay, let me think.
Who's definitely gonna fail then? Like
the dog
guy from Kabuto.
No, wait, let me think, because I think I have some more that I think will probably pass. I think we have to have one of the people that, I don't know what you call them, the, like, not Shikamaru, Orochimaru, like, servants or whatever, the secret ones that we're trying to kill Sasuke. People, yeah. I think you have one of them pass, and it'll probably be the main guy. Do you know what his name is? Dosu, is that what you said?
Yep.
I'll say main sound guy. Okay. I think he'll probably pass because you need one of them to represent like the rivalry they've had with Sasuke. So that's 6.
We've also got Neji, who's the big guy. If you want to throw him on there.
Who's Neji again?
The Hinata's and such, who's stronger than Rock Lee.
Let me think. Would he be in this? Yeah. He. No, actually, I don't have a strong stance on him. He could go either way. Because I could imagine a situation where it's like he is really confident and thinks he's really strong, and then he gets matched up with like a Gaara or something, and it's like he can't take him down. Okay. I'll be honest, beyond this, like these are the ones I know. Like Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Rock Lee, Gaara, Dosu. Those are the ones where I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Well, not really.
Sakura is not on that list.
Sakura, I could imagine going either way, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Ino, I would say, he's the ones I would do the rest. Okay, Ino, Sakura, and probably like
still got both of Gaara's siblings that you haven't put up there.
Probably. I mean, the brother guy's been set up to fight, like have a grudge against like Sasuke or whatever. So maybe the brother
and Naruto too. Like the brother has been set up directly with Naruto a little bit.
I guess in their first confrontation, like at the...
Oh yeah, Naruto like had a fantasy about beating him. So yeah. I don't know, that would be a good like preliminary battle maybe.
Yeah, that could be a good preliminary battle. Yeah, for that I don't think he's going to be there. But let me think. The sister...
It's going to be the fuck out of something.
You know the 3 sound people... The girl in that is still with us. Yeah, she is, because the whole squad has to make it through. Actually, to be honest, I think maybe the girl will make it through. I don't know what her name is, the sound girl.
Keen or something? It starts with a K.
Okay, whatever her name is, the girl that swaps bodies with Ino. I feel like there was a thing there where they set it up where it's like, I'll get you back next time or something like that. So I feel like she's going to be...
Her versus Ino.
But not in like a preliminary thing. I could imagine that being like a final thing. So I think what I'm going to go with is Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Rock Lee, Gaara, Dosu, this main sound guy, Ino, Sakura, and then the sound girl. That's my guess. And then Dog Guy's not making it. If Dog Guy makes it, this show is it's wild. The writing in the show is going crazy if Dog Guy makes it.
So you've got both siblings of Gaara not making it. You've got the bug guy not making it. I think you have Neji not making it, right?
Yes. Neji does very much feel like a character where we're going to see
Hinata not making it.
he's gonna fight Gara or something. Hinata, I could imagine losing easily to like someone, I don't know, Ino or
You've got her whole team losing. That's not very nice.
True.
But yeah, there's probably some others. Oh, you got No Name Kabuto number 2 losing. Pretty cool. You got Choji losing. How dare you?
Yep.
But we'll have to see. Oh my goodness. A good thing for a reaction video would just be you recording your reaction whenever the fights get like announced on the screen.
True.
You're like a reaction compilation to all of them.
Yeah, good idea.
True. The honestly, you could react to all these episodes, but that's like it is like 13 episodes or something, and that's a lot of reacting. Yeah. And I guess from those lot, knowing not how you become a Chunin, who do you think is definitely becoming a Chunin at the end of this arc? You can select as many as you want.
Well, here's what's happening, okay? This show is not subversive enough that, like, Naruto cannot, like, if Sasuke passes, so will Naruto, and almost certainly so will Sakura. I don't think it's a show where it's, like, only one of them will pass, and then they'll have to do the exam, like, a year from, like, I don't think we're gonna separate our characters by that much of, like, a skill level or whatever. Or like
Sakura will never be seen again. She's a Genin for life. Yeah, and they're gonna be Jonin.
So my guess would be that like many people can probably pass the test. And I feel like if Sasuke probably the question is to me whether like any of our 3 will or if none of them will. And I feel like because of how long the arc is going to be, I guess, it feels like we're probably not going to ever want to do this again, so they're going to become Chunin now, because we don't want to ever revisit this and have like another whole, like, for instance, like again, spoilers for Hunter x Hunter, guys, but Killer obviously fails the Hunter exam, but later on he goes back and does it, but that's only because Hunter x Hunter's like a weird, like, well, yeah, true, I guess, I did warn spoilers, you know, but that's because Hunter x Hunter's more like subversive, I think. I don't think like a show like this would be that subversive, so they're all going to pass, okay? Or they're all going to fail. And my guess would be they're all going to pass because it's a long arc and we're not going to waste this time and do it again. Unlike the great Hunter x Hunter, so... Yes.
Naruto's way better than shitty Hunter x Hunter. Interesting. So you think them?
Well, I think at least them. I could imagine a situation where, like, the test is like, even like a... What do you call it? A time-based trial where it's like you have to do something really quickly and like everyone who beats it in less than a minute or like 2 minutes or whatever can like pass. And then in that case, I could imagine like everyone passing. But my guess would be Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and then Gaara, because he's like very competent and all that. And then maybe Rock Lee will fail. And then Shikamaru can succeed. I see Shikamaru succeeding. He'll be a Chunin, and then his team will like look up to him or whatever. Ino will fail, and then Sound Girl will pass. These are just vibes, okay? I don't have strong opinions. We're like to 3 levels of speculation here. Assuming they make it past, assuming there's like a bunch of people can win. I have no idea at this point.
Don't worry, EliteAri. We're not laughing at you right now.
All right. Yep.
What a fucking stupid idiot.
Yes.
Naruto passing? What is this? Fucking Naruto?
Yeah, bro. They're gonna come back here in 50 episodes and do this all again, I'm sure. Okay.
Maybe they'll just get so strong off screen that they'll just have all passed it.
True. It could be a time skip.
There is a time skip.
I do know, like, I think I've seen... Now, I could be wrong about this, to be honest. I'm not actually confident about this, because it could be a Boruto thing. I'm pretty sure I've seen an adult Naruto, but also, maybe not. Maybe it is a Boruto thing. So there is, like... I don't know if there's a time skip, or if it's, like, at the end, maybe, like, there's, like, an episode after, where it's, like, an adult or something. But, yeah.
We'll never know such things.
Yep.
But I think that's the... I guess, do you want to make any broader Orochimaru, predictions?
I mean, he's probably just going to watch all these rounds and maybe take more interest in Naruto, but mostly focus on Sasuke. He'll probably... my guess would be he's a villain that's being set up now. He'll probably leave a little bit and then come back maybe an arc or 2 from now and then be defeated. That'd be my guess. Probably by Sasuke would be my guess.
Do you think Sasuke will one day join the side of Orochimaru?
I feel like if Sasuke became a villain, I would have heard about this. So I feel like Sasuke is not going to be a villain. I feel like he's just going to be the Vegeta to Goku's Goku or whatever.
Naruto's Goku, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you didn't even know who Masashi Kishimoto was, so what the fuck do you know?
True, never heard the name. Not famous enough. Not like the great Oda or the great Horikoshi of My Hero Academia, which I also know for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's enough speculation, I believe.
Wonderful.
We'll leave it there. Everybody's definitely written down all those names. We can cross-check and see. Literally, we can give you a score next time. It'll be fun.
Yep.
And my goodness, can't wait till next time. We've so far kept our one a month promise. We've got 2 extra episodes this time, I believe. So we shall probably hit it again. And I'm pretty excited to start these freaking episodes. You know what I'm saying, EliteAri?
Yep.
So we'll have to do that soon. All right, we'll see you all in a month. Watch all our Evangelion discussions that have also gone up. You can watch EliteAri's silly reactions to Cyberpunk Edge Runners and Darwin Incident. Still haven't watched episode 4 yet, et cetera, et cetera. We're all doing things. Watch my Dunk and Egg video and go and give it a like so I can get even more likes. Right, EliteAri?
Yeah, Kyle likes.
Yes, I got to get that bar up. I can't let these losers win.
Yep.
They be hating. All right, everybody. We'll see you back in a month for some very exciting things. I know you're all very excited. Oh, get ready. You ready, EliteAri? You getting ready?
I'm very ready, yes.
Oh, my goodness. Some all links in the description below. Get ready, EliteAri. Thanks.